Oh, well. well. What do we got here? The Nick Shirley Act. Stop Nick Shirley Act, everybody. This is going to change the world. Honestly, it just makes Democrats look even stupider than they already are. Here's the thing. Nobody takes the Democrat Party seriously. And many people have now associated the Democrat Party with fraud, and this makes the Democrats look even more guilty because they're willing to place down an act that prevents people from being citizen journalists. Citizen journalism is a right. If you want to ask questions as a taxpayer, you have every right to. Nick Shirley has every right to understand where the money's going. He is investigating this. And I don't trust the Democrats at all. The fact that the Stop Nick Shirley Act is happening in California, of all places, of course it makes sense, because California, well, we all know what they're all about. We know what California is all about. We know what these pricks are into. Hold on, you guys. We're having some technical difficulties. Hold on. Hold your horses, everybody. Technical issues. Abort. What's up, Annie? We're talking about the Stop Nick Shirley Act and how it is mentally ill. Of course, the Democrats would be all on board with this. Do you want to know why the Democrats would be on board with this? Because, one, they are the number one allower. They're the number one enabler of fraud, it seems. Not allegedly, my opinion. But when you are trying to pass an act called basically to stop people like Nick Shirley from exposing the fraud that you're committing, that's a problem. You're basically making it illegal for people to whistleblow and reveal the fraud that happens in government and with public services. That blows my mind. Give me just a moment. I'm creating a poll real quick. Give me just a second, you guys. Hold on. Honestly, the more I look into the Nick Shirley Act, the more angry I get. Because could you imagine if Republicans tried to create an act that prevented citizen journalism? Think about this. Put the shoe on the other foot. Imagine if Republicans created a bill to stop citizen journalism of all kind, right? Do you know how crazy that would be? Democrats would be up in arms if that happened. But of course, the Democrats are pissed because all the fraud that they've been committing has been revealed. No, MAGA's still alive, dude. If you guys believe that MAGA's still alive, double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, if you guys believe that MAGA is still alive, double tap the screen to like the stream. But yeah, we're tired of the wokes. We're tired of woke people telling us what to do. We're not going to take it, man. We're not going to take it anymore. Yeah, MAGA's still good, dude. MAGA is still strong as hell, dude. The MAGA movement still has legs, man. I know there's a lot of people pissed off about that. And when I say a lot of people, I just mean woke people. Well, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen to like the stream. I know that you guys are tired of the woke left. I think a lot of people are tired of the wokes. All right, give me a second. I'm putting on my earbuds. And we're going to react to the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Now, I think that this act is abhorrent. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous.
Don't want to end their fraud.
Now, we're going to react to Asmund Gould's reaction of this.
The Stop Nick Shirley.
We're going to react to all of it. We're going to react to Asmund Gould's reaction. We're going to react to Nick Shirley. We're going to get it going.
So this is what's happened, is that they are now putting out an entire...
this is crazy, man.
An entire act to stop certain types of investigative journalism.
Oh, Nate Dogg just sent a happy poop yum yum, dude.
Tallahassee says, "What up, Garza? I got some Strayhaven today. Should get Commander Dex tomorrow."
Oh, heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, brother. Oh, my God. My man, dude. My man. So let's see. See, you got Strix. Oh, the Strixhaven. Okay, that's right. Strixhaven. Let's see. Dude, hell yeah, brother. That's fucking tight. You guys will have to forgive me. I'm a little bit congested. Hold on. I may have to blow my nose here in a second, potentially. We got Tiny Lion Gaming in the house. We got my boy Nate Dogg sending a happy poop yum yum, and then we got my boy Tiny Lion Gaming sending a what the hell did Tiny Lion Gaming send? He sent something. See, I got a happy poop from Nate Dogg. I got a 100 for 2 jewels from my boy Tiny Lion Gaming. Thank you guys. But yeah, man, I know I'm going to be a little busy this week because I recently had to spend a little extra money on my car, so I'm going to be probably doing a little bit more delivery driving and a little bit more YouTube lives to make up for a little bit of the money that I had to spend. I had to get a new battery for my car and stuff, so I'll try to make a little bit of time to play Magic this week. I'll try my best. Chris Rule in the house. It's Uncle Chris, everybody. Everybody give a shout out to our boy, shaboy, Uncle Chris, baby. The Stop Nick Shirley Act, though, man. Stop Nick Shirley Act. Let's watch it, man.
This is ridiculous. I can't even believe this is happening. Well, I actually can, but it's still ridiculous.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
I think you're a psycho scam artist.
They don't.
I think the Democrats are psycho scam artists, so... It's funny how the Democrats, the one thing about the Democrats that they're doing right now is they're accusing Nick Shirley of the things that they're doing. So you notice how that guy said that you're a psycho scam artist? That was projection. That guy was most likely projecting allegedly. Nick Shirley actually tries to get to the truth, whereas a lot of these Democrats allegedly do terrible, terrible things. And yeah, it's very, very frustrating. Let's keep going.
Don't want to end their fraud racket. A lot of the politicians, they benefit from the political organizations, and so they want this racket to continue. They don't want the truth to get out.
Stop fraud investigations, but you're the one who signed off and you're a co-author of it. Here in California, they are trying to pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act, the official title.
Dude, imagine you have the big...
I love how it's called. Is it really called the Stop Nick Shirley Act? Like, is that just like what they're calling it, or what's the official name for it? Because honestly, this virgin Mormon YouTuber ended the political career of Tim Walz, deservedly, I might add. I'm happy about this. Nick Shirley is the man. And I'm going to say that the Stop Nick Shirley Act is moronic. I repeat, the Stop Nick Shirley Act is low IQ, probably AI slop generated crap. That's what it is. And you know what? I love guys like Nick Shirley. You want to know why? Because he blows the lid off things. He blows the lid off it, brother. He does. And you know he does. You know that Nick Shirley's the man. Let's keep going.
Biggest state in the entire country. You're a 23-year-old YouTuber, and they...
Whoa, you guys beat Boston? The Boston Red Sox 4-0? Hell yeah, Chris Rule. You talk about the Yankees? Goddamn Yankees. Well, if the Yankees are winning, man, they're winning.
They have to make an entire act.
On a positive note, the Portland Trailblazers won Game 2 tonight against the San Antonio Spurs in a thriller. I thought, I looked at the highlights because I didn't actually get to watch the second half because my girlfriend and we had to do some shopping. But I ended up looking at the score. I looked at the last 2 minutes of the game. I watched those highlights or whatever, and we made a nice last second comeback, brothers. We made a hell of a comeback, and it was amazing. That was amazing to see. I love it, man. I love it.
Try to stop you? I mean, why? Because you're saying that certain people are scamming?
Yeah, it's funny because Nick Shirley's revealing. Nick Shirley is revealing the crap that is going on. He absolutely is. And I love every minute of it, man. I love every minute of Nick Shirley calling out the crap. Because I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm an emotional man sometimes. And, I think the level of rot in the government, allowing the borders to be open, for example, the Democrats have the worst policies in the world. The problem with Democrats, they also suffer from what's called white guilt, aka suicidal empathy. And that's a problem. You can't feel guilty about the color of your skin. I think it's stupid. Why? I've never understood that, by the way. I will never understand feeling guilty about the color of your skin. I don't get it, man. No, but I think Meg is still alive. I think the midterms are going to surprise a lot of Democrats. I think once Trump... here's the thing, man. I think Democrats are just as scared for the midterms. You want to know why? Because once Trump wins this war, once Donald Trump wins the war, Republicans are going to look favorable again.
Really?
Of this bill's
He's got motion. Yeah, you've got to have motion if that's what you're doing.
26, 24.
Oh my God.
And today we're going to be confronting
Amazing.
the legislators that are trying to pass this bill. And if this bill were to get passed, instead of going after the fraudsters, they're trying to make it criminal to go after the people that are committing this fraud.
Of course.
For instance, it would become criminal to film and reveal info on taxpayer...
I mean, this is severely mental, because if you find patterns of fraud and you want to investigate it, you have every right to do so. You have every right to ask the questions you want to ask. You have every right to videotape or video it, document it. And that's what journalism's all about. By the way, you do not need a degree to be a journalist. Anybody can be a journalist, the same way that anybody can technically be a scientist. And I'm serious. Anybody could be a journalist and anybody could be a scientist. You don't need a degree, trust me. You do need some understanding of the two. Like Nick Shirley, I think, has studied journalistic concepts, and I think he has a pretty general idea of what he can and cannot do. But citizen journalism should not be outlawed. Why would you outlaw citizen journalism unless you have something to hide? And I believe that California absolutely has something to hide. If you're trying to pass an act that makes it criminal for someone to reveal criminal activities through standard journalistic practices, you are the problem. California looks extremely guilty right now. If you have to create an act to try to sabotage a journalist's effort, even if they're just a citizen journalist, you are the problem. Through and through. Nah, Big Dick Nick, dude. Big Dick Nick. I love Nick Shirley, man. If you guys love Nick Shirley as much as I do, please double tap the screen to like the stream. We're trying to get 60 likes in 60 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get 60 likes in 60 minutes. So please do not forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help us out quite a bit. So don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help us out a lot. But yeah, the Stop Nick Shirley Act is completely moronic. It is stupid. It really is dumb. And if you support the Stop Nick Shirley Act, you're just as dumb as the people who wrote the legislation.
Funded immigration services like healthcare, which would include...
So now, how are we going to deal with the fraud problem? Make it illegal for people to talk about it. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I just think it's funny, man. Even Asmund Gould, like I do. Asmund Gould thinks the same way I do. That California is out of their mind. If you guys love Nick Shirley as much as I do, though, please double tap your screen to like the stream. We want to expose California for being fraudulent. If you're creating legislation like this, this is fraudulent. You are punishing people for basically revealing that you're committing fraudulent behavior. This is some Orwellian shit, by the way. This is straight out of something like 1984. This is straight up out of like 1984. It is now a crime to expose crime. It is now a crime to be a journalist and investigate. Oh, what? So basically, Nick Shirley, by the way, does a far better job of being a journalist than CNN could ever imagine. He's a citizen journalist. And if you're doing nothing wrong, if you as the government are doing nothing wrong, then you should have no problem with Nick Shirley asking questions. In fact, it'll exonerate you. It'll make you look good. Huh. Go figure, man. Anyway.
Daycare, hospices. Yep. It also covers counseling services.
And the reason why is that it fucks with their bottom line. Like, they will push and they will fight for this illegal alien parasite immigration, like, until their dying breath. Because unless...
It's sad but true. Asmund's right. I mean, the thing is, think about it this way. When you have when you let in people illegally, you just leave the door open. I mean... And you let these people know that are coming in illegally that you can have all this free shit. Yeah, you're gonna get a ton of people to come in, and also all you have to do is nudge them and be like, "Hey, but make sure that you find a way to vote. And if you do find a way to vote, we'll try to make it happen. Vote Democrat, allegedly. That's just my opinion. But I think what Asmund Gould is saying that you can't just let in tons of illegal immigrants and expect nothing bad to happen. If you leave the door open, you gotta lock the door sometimes.
They have this, unless they do demographic and population replacement, which is what they are doing and what they are trying to do, they won't be able to achieve their goals. They want to create, again, I've said this many times, I will say it again, they are trying to create a non-white, non-Western, non-Christian, racial, I mean, Asmund's right again. Dude, Asmund just with the W's after the W's after the W's. Asmund Gould sees through the Democrat propaganda. As I see through it too. This is why Nick Shirley, Asmund Gould, and I have one major thing in common. We see through the Democrat bullshit. And honestly, this is dystopian as shit. If you are trying to punish someone for doing journalism, and Nick Shirley does journalism, whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. Because all he does is ask questions. He goes to places that are publicly funded, allegedly publicly funded, and asks questions and tries to reveal what's happening. And here's what ends up happening every single time. Not every single time. This is how the Somalian fraud was revealed in Minnesota. And what Nick Shirley has revealed in California is telling. And honestly, if Gavin Newsom wants to be the president in 2028, it's not happening. Because now, Gavin Newsom is in the same field as Governor Walz. Governor Walz and Governor Newsom are really just, two sides of the same coin. They're basically the same kind of person.
They're both weak men, and these weak men tend to vote Democrat, and they tend to believe in these low IQ Democrat policies. Most of the Democrat policies, by the way, are extremely low IQ. It's crazy, man. But yeah, we shouldn't just be letting people in willy-nilly. You know, and I love what Nick Shirley's doing. By the way, if you guys love Nick Shirley as much as I do, please double tap your screen to like the stream. We're trying to get to 60 likes in 60 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get to 60 likes in 60 minutes. So if you can, please tap the like button. It really does help. And when I say tap the like button, I mean like double tap the screen to like the stream, that sort of thing. It really does help the channel out in a lot of ways. We're trying to really grow at a rapid pace. So like I said, double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help. And let's keep watching Nick Shirley, man. Let's keep watching our boy, dude.
Like coalition that they can vote against those interests as a bloc. That's what they are trying to do. That's the reason why they're fighting so hard for it. And that's why I keep saying it. I will continue saying it because it continues to be true.
Translation services and immigration legal services. So for instance, if the Quality Learning Center was inside of California, it would be illegal to expose them.
That's crazy. That is crazy. If there is something that is clearly illegal going on, it needs to be exposed. If it is painfully obvious that what is happening is illegal, it deserves to be exposed. And this is why the Nick Shirley Act is beyond mentally ill. The Stop Nick Shirley Act is completely and utterly mentally ill. Like, seriously, if you're trying to stop, if you're trying to stop a person from revealing fraud, from being a journalist, citizen journalism is still a form of journalism and should be allowed to exist. If you punish citizen journalism in a lot of ways, that could be a First Amendment issue. That could be seen as an attack on freedom of the press. Whether you like it or not, Nick Shirley is citizen press. And that would be an attack on freedom of the press. Whether you like to admit that or not. I love what Nick's doing, dude. I love everything that Nick Shirley's doing. I cannot wait to see him reveal the rot that is in California and their internal government, because who in their right mind said, hey, let's do a Stop Nick Shirley Act? It's not going to look guilty. It's not going to look guilty at all. Oh, God. It makes me fucking sick. It makes me sick. California makes me want to throw up in my nuts. Oh, my God.
Would make it illegal.
By the way, if you guys appreciate independent journalism, if you guys appreciate independent media, double tap your screen to like this stream, because we're tired of stupid states like California trying to make it illegal to be a citizen journalist like Nick Shirley. Now, obviously, this would apply to California only. But could you imagine if it does pass, which it probably will in California, because California is out of there, is a bunch of collectivist idiots, then a stupid bill like that's most likely going to pass in
The Stop Nick Shirley Act is probably the most idiotic piece of legislation I've ever seen. It's straight up one of the most idiotic pieces of legislation in the world. It's insane. It is utterly mental. It is mental. And it saddens me to the core that there are Democrats, and it doesn't surprise me that there are Democrats who are trying to make this a reality. Democrats do stupid things all the time. They're a party led by the mental patients.
To film government-funded NGOs. And this bill essentially wants to shield the info of immigrant support services from the public. So
and keep this in mind whenever people say, oh, well, we...
Oh, wait, they're trying to shield? No. So you're saying that these businesses are going to be shielded from public information? Wow, and wow, dude. California is mentally ill and low IQ. California is low IQ and mentally ill.
We shouldn't do this because what if they do that? These people now are trying to literally make a law, pass a law that you can't expose them for fraud.
Essentially, yes. It's so crazy. This is insane. I mean, this is utterly insane. I hope the Democrats, they're not going to feel bad about this because, deep down, the Democrats believe in authoritarianism. And the reason they believe in authoritarianism is because they believe in communism and socialism. And at the root of those ideals, beliefs, those systems, the end result always ends up being authoritarianism. What happens is collectivism and communism and socialism always fail, which is why you see so many dictators rise out of socialist countries. Because socialists can't think for themselves. Socialists are too busy relying on the group to do anything. That's where you have individualists who disguise themselves as collectivists take command of a state or a country, right? It's a big deal, man.
You don't have to wait for these people to do anything. Like, you don't have to do something in order for them to respond. They will just do it on their own.
Tax dollars, you'd have no idea where it's going because it would then become confidential. And
Yeah.
you would not be able to see how much money that NGO is getting if it's going towards immigrant services. And what makes this bill super
right.
interesting is the lady who created this bill, her name is Mia Bonta. Her husband is the Attorney General of California,
Yeah.
named Rob Bonta. You cannot make this up. So you have the Attorney General who's supposed to prosecute and go after the fraudsters.
That's right.
And then you have this
Oh my God, that's an ironic thing, man. So basically, the person who's supposed to defend California from fraud is defending California from people like Nick Shirley, who will reveal the fraud that is underneath it all. That's amazing. California is the laughingstock of the United States. Everybody makes fun of California because people from California, I don't know what it is, but I think they fried their last brain cell. I really do. This is insane.
wife who's trying to pass bills to go after the people exposing the fraud. Like, seriously, this is absolutely crazy.
Because
and the
that's their
AG,
goal.
Rob Bonta, just a few days ago said they are cracking down on the fraud way before.
This really is some 1984 shit. When you are basically punishing people for being journalists. And Nick Shirley's a journalist. You could be an independent journalist. You don't have to work for CNN or MSDNC or Fox News to be a journalist. You know what you can be? You could be a person with a video camera and a microphone, and that's all you really need. Citizen journalism is completely legal. Last time I checked, unless California has their way. I believe freedom of speech and freedom of press actually protects Nick Shirley in these instances. Yeah, it's called freedom of press.
Before certain people came into
Behind
the
your face, it's what you'd expect.
state.
We've been doing it successfully.
There he is.
Before certain people in this country decided to think about it for the first time.
However, it was only after I exposed over $100 million in fraud they actually made any arrest here inside of California.
They don't want their fraud to
Let's say
stop?
this bill
Yeah.
gets passed. What could happen to you if you expose fraud or go and look into immigration services? Well, you could receive a $4,000 fine
$4,000
underneath
fine.
the
A $4,000 fine. Wow. You know what this makes me want to do? It makes me want to expose California's fraud problem even more. This is only going to inspire citizens to go out and be journalists. This is only going to inspire it in California. California, they don't realize how badly they F themselves. Because now, everybody's going to want to be a citizen journalist in California because they're going to be like, hey, government, you want to fine me? Fuck you. F you, bro.
civil fine, a $10,000 fine if it's criminal, and a $50,000 fine if it becomes a felony. You may also face potential
50,000
imprisonment and
$50,000 fine and imprisonment? What kind of mentally ill bill is this? So wait, you would put a person like Nick Shirley in prison? Wow. And a $50,000 fine. If Gavin Newsom runs for president in 2028, I will do everything in my power legally to make sure that no one votes for him. And when I say legally, I mean I'm going to convince people. I'm going to do whatever I can to remind people that Gavin Newsom enabled, allegedly, fraud. I'm going to say allegedly to cover my ass. But the Stop Nick Shirley Act is, in my opinion, I think you can make the argument that the Stop Nick Shirley Act is actually unconstitutional. You could make the argument that it's unconstitutional. California's mentally ill, dude. I think California is just mentally ill.
and your content be forced to be taken down. This is a
my
complete
God.
violation of the First Amendment as they are trying to take down
Yep. It's a First Amendment right, man. It's a First Amendment issue at that point.
and suppress your own speech, make it so you can't film in public, which is taking away your freedom of press.
Wow.
There's a
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, freedom of press. It's a direct violation of freedom of press. So there's, even if this bill were to pass, because it's against the constitutional right of a citizen, it would actually have to be thrown out and it could never be taken seriously. This is insane. Nick Shirley, I love you, bro. I really do. I firmly believe what you're doing is the correct thing. And I'm glad that you're whistleblowing these corrupt ass Democrats, dude. I am all on board for it. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Dude, Nick, you do you, dude. Big Dick Nick, bro. I love what Nick Shirley's doing, man.
whole lot of issues with this bill, and today we're going to be confronting those that co-authored, signed, and passed.
And keep in mind this, whenever these are the people that are talking about, oh, but the Constitution says that we have birthright citizenship. You are literally making laws that shut down the First fucking Amendment.
Yeah. And that's why this law cannot be taken seriously. In fact, this law, if it passes, is an illegal law. It is an illegal law. Come on, man.
Never listen to these people try to quote the Constitution to you. They don't care about it. And
bill.
they never
and so
did.
truly, every single day here in America, you are learning more and more about the fraud that is
He's leering.
taking place. And if you want to become a member of the
If you guys can support independent media, please double tap the screen to like the stream if you haven't already. Once again, please double tap your screen to like the stream. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways, so the more likes we get, the better. But once again, you guys, double tap the screen to like the stream. Help support independent media, because we're tired of being told what to do by the lamestream media. You know, if you want to support independent media, man, double tap the screen to like the stream, brother. Double tap the screen to like the stream, because we are tired of being told what to do by piece of garbage people like Gavin Newsom. I don't think he's a good person. He reminds me so much of Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. It's not even funny. He just reminds me of a complete sociopath. That's all.
Anti-Fraud Club and help me as I go all about the country to expose this fraud. Go join at antifraudclub.com. It is completely free, and hoodies are also available on the site. And really quick, let's go speak with an assemblyman who knows more about this bill before we go and confront them. Let's get into this.
I love that he's wearing the Quality Leering Center shirt. It's amazing. I love it, man. And I think what Nick Shirley's doing is I 100% am on board with it, man. I am 100% on board with it.
The video. What's the truth about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
So you've heard a lot of people trying to call you a liar. Why don't we just read the bill? I think that's what everybody just needs to know. Yeah. So in this section of AB 2624, which we call the Stop Nick Shirley Act, it says a person, business, or association shall not publicly post or publicly display, disclose, or distribute on the internet or social media, the internet, the personal information or image of a designated immigration support service provider, employee, or volunteer if that individual or individual entity or organization authorized on the act of their behalf. And that's just some of the language.
And what does that mean?
Wow, that language is super coded, by the way. God. Democrats just make things worse, dude. This is why I don't take the Democrat Party seriously. This is why the Democrat Party lost me and a lot of people as voters a long time ago. We don't take the Democrat Party seriously. If you are running as a Democrat, I don't take you seriously. I will not vote for you because I know that you're a fucking joke. I know that you are a loser if you run as a Democrat. And I will not vote for you. Period. I would rather vote for J.D. Vance. I would rather vote for Marco Rubio than a Democrat. So I say no to Democrats completely.
Immigration support services provider.
You're exact. See, and that
because
is
they don't want.
And it's just so funny. You know, people are like, why don't you want to vote Democrat? It's like shit like this is one of the reasons why I can't take the Democrat Party seriously. When they're trying to do an act that basically is a violation of the First Amendment rights and also freedom of press, I'm not on board with that. You guys all know that I am a freedom of speech enthusiast. So if there's somebody who's trying to be a journalist and ask questions in any capacity, you're damn right I'm going to support them. I want to support their First Amendment right to do so. Now, if they get violent, that's a different story. But if they're actually asking questions and doing the right thing in trying to get to the bottom of something, it's wild to me, man.
They don't want. They know that if this gets out and more people see this, they'll realize how bad it is. That's why they have to do everything that they can to suppress any conversation about it.
where the devil is in the details. Designated Immigration Support Services Facility means...
Does this law protect ICE too? No, because every law is only as strong as its enforcement mechanism. We have dozens of laws against what's happening against ICE. It's just that they're not being enforced.
Got it.
So this idea that like, oh, but this could work against them, this is the naive notion that you're operating under, as if they care about the law in the first place. They don't care about.
By the way, they don't even give a shit about the Constitution, because if they did, they wouldn't be trying to put a bill like this out. If the Democrats gave one single care about the Constitution, they would never try to release a bill like this, especially if it tramples on your freedom of press and freedom of speech. The Democrats don't give a rat's ass about the Constitution, because, like I said, if they really cared about the Constitution, they would not even think in their right minds to pass a stupid bill like this.
The law, they're just simply using this, and they will selectively enforce it on people that they disagree with politically. That's what's going to happen.
And this is how great civilizations fall, is ridiculous laws like this. If California putting ridiculous laws like this into their books proves that California is beyond hope and beyond redemption. The Stop Nick Shirley Act is moronic. I want to repeat that. It is stupid beyond all repair. It is dumb, and even dumber than what you'd ever imagine. Let's keep listening, though. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to try to silence people for revealing fraud in your state, you're a waste of space. You're a fucking waste of space. Whoever created this bill, by the way, which I think they said their names, Nick Shirley should investigate you. Nick Shirley should investigate your ass.
Facility where immigration support services are provided.
By the way, if you guys are tired of California and their antics, make sure that you double tap the screen to like the stream. We're trying to get to 60 likes in 60 minutes. So if you guys can, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. Once again, double tap the screen to like the stream, because we're trying to get to 60 likes in a span of 60 minutes. This is 60 minutes.
Including, but not limited to, nonprofit organization offices, Department of Justice recognized entities, community legal clinics, law offices, accredited representative sites that provide immigration legal services, and healthcare facilities.
Wow. Oh my God. Of course they would put that in there. Basically, these are all the things that Nick Shirley... It's so funny, man. They're doing everything in their power to stop actual journalists like Nick Shirley from revealing the fraud that these states are allowing and committing. What Nick Shirley is doing is extremely brave. It is. He's going after these bigwigs in government. But you know what? I'm proud of Nick. I think what Nick's doing is fantabulous, bro. I love what Nick is doing, man. But the fact of the matter is, the Stop Nick Shirley Act is probably one of the most moronic pieces of legislation I've ever heard of. It's ridiculous, dude. It is ridiculous. And if you're trying to stop somebody from revealing fraud, look yourself in the mirror and really ask yourself the question, what am I doing? Why do I hate freedom of speech so much? You got to ask yourself, why do you hate freedom of speech so much? Why? The Stop Nick Shirley Act is anti-press, anti-speech. It's anti-press, it's anti-free press, it's anti-free speech.
They threw that into designated immigration support service facilities.
One of those is definitely
not... And by the way, let's say even if Nick Shirley is wrong, it is up to us to decide. It is up to us as the viewer to decide if Nick Shirley is correct or not. Right? Nick Shirley investigates, and he gives his opinion, and then he puts it out there on the internet for everybody to observe and understand. So, if you got, and here's what California is, here's what the Democrats are ultimately afraid of. The Democrats are ultimately afraid of what's called the truth. They're afraid that if the truth comes out that they have been allowing a lot of fraud and a lot of terrible things to happen under their watch, then everything's going to fall apart under their feet. And that is true, by the way. It is true. That's got to be true. It explains the way that they're acting and reacting to all this. It does. It absolutely does. 100%, dude. Yeah, even if he's wrong, by the way, just to let you know. No, what I'm saying, even if Nick Shirley is wrong in his hypothesis, if he's still doing journalism and asking questions and these people are giving answers, it is up to you as the viewer to make your own decisions mentally. I know that you're not used to making your own decisions and critically thinking for yourself, but there is a thing called critical thinking, and it does matter. By the way, the mainstream media misinforms people all the time, but nobody goes after the mainstream media. What I'm trying to say is freedom of the press is important, even if the press is corrupt. No, honestly, Nick Shirley's not on a witch hunt. Nick Shirley is the witch that they're hunting. California is on a witch hunt. California is absolutely on a witch hunt, and you know it. You know I'm right. You know it, bro. You're a pink brony, bro. But you guys, make sure that you double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys think that California is completely moronic in their approach on this one, and you guys think that California just needs to stop, like, punishing people for being citizen journalists through this act. By the way, they won't even be able to. It should be, honestly, anybody with an understanding of the Constitution knows that this is actually against the Constitution and can never be punishable. Nick Shirley has every right through freedom of press and freedom of speech to ask any questions to anybody he desires. And the government cannot and will not be able to sue him or take him to court. Period. End of story.
Not like the others. Like, healthcare is not unique to immigrants, whereas all of the other things are unique and intrinsic to being an immigrant.
Care facilities.
And healthcare is at the very bottom of this.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where a lot of the fraud's taking place.
That's
inside
why
of
it's there.
Medi-Cal. For instance, the hospices, the daycares are with CalWorks, but they're with anything to have to do with immigrants, essentially could not and is actually punishable.
You're 100% right.
Yes.
And that's where, again, the devil is in the details. Their definition of harassment is repeated, unreasonable, and unwelcome conduct.
Unwelcome is like, I mean, this is the most broad term you can possibly use.
Yeah, unwelcome. So if Nick Shirley came up to me and let's say I'm a woke Karen. Let's say deep down somehow I'm a woke Karen, right? And Nick Shirley comes up to me and asks questions. I could say Nick Shirley is unwelcome to ask me questions. Okay. Then tell him that. Tell him it's like, I don't want to answer any of your questions. And if Nick Shirley keeps persisting, that's a different story. But Nick Shirley, if he walks away, no harm, no foul. Asking questions is not... I mean, if you're repeatedly going up to that person and talking to them directly and they tell you to go away, that's one thing. But if Nick Shirley is asking one question and then they tell him, hey, go away, and he goes away, that's fine. He's good. This is crazy, man. And a lot of these terms that they're using, unwelcome, unreasonable, unwelcome and unreasonable, are meant to be, can be interpreted in so many ways, right? It can be interpreted in so many ways. It's crazy. It is crazy to me. But this is the wokest shit I've ever seen. This is too woke. This is too woke for me to handle.
What is unwelcome conduct? Simply you asking questions today, can that be considered unwelcome?
Yeah,
what do
could
they
be.
mean by things that you could generally fear. So if they say the words, I was harassed by Nick Shirley.
They use ambiguity here so they can selectively enforce it on people that they disagree with politically. That's the reason why.
If you were out videotaping a hospice, you would fall under this.
Yes.
Because healthcare facilities is a designated immigration support service facility. That is part of the definition. It is written here that if you post this online and they give you a demand made under that paragraph.
Everybody who's bringing up, by the way, everybody who's bringing up the First Amendment is retarded. These people don't.
Really? This is a First Amendment issue, though. This isn't, okay, so I know there's freedom of the press. I can't remember where that's at. But I do know this also falls under freedom of speech, though. Because you have every right to investigate things. It's freedom of the press, to the investigation part, the journalism part. But you have every right to say whatever you want, really. You have the right to have an unpopular opinion. You have the right to ask unpopular questions. That's what the First Amendment does, is it protects. It protects the unpopular opinions and the unpopular questions. Because it's pretty easy to protect something that's popular. It's pretty difficult to protect something that's unpopular. That's the truth.
Care about the Constitution. They will just like, everybody knows this is going to get overruled. The people writing this bill know.
Yeah, it's going to get overruled because you can't interfere with freedom of speech and freedom of press as a state. That is illegal. In fact, it is illegal for that bill to pass.
It's going to get overruled. They know that it's not going to happen. What they're doing is they're writing it to scare people. That's what the goal is. Like, if you think that, like, oh, but wait, the Constitution says they can't do that. Who cares? Unless it's being enforced, it's not real. People need to be a lot more realistic about things, I think.
Shall be effective.
I think we should be mad at California. I think we should be mad at the government of California for even trying to propose this. For even trying to make this a thing. I really do. I think you should be mad at California for this. Why not, dude? I say be mad at Cali, man. I'm already mad at California just for them even thinking about it, bro. Pisses me off, dude. The Democrats are idiots, man. We got Orwell the Resident. How you doing, Brony brother? We got vacation time. What up, dude? But no, I am so pissed at the Democrats right now. I mean, I'm always pissed at the Democrats. I'm not going to lie. The Democrats do so many low IQ things. It's insane, man. It's so tough for me to actually take the Democrat Party seriously, I think. That's really my main issue. I can't take the Democrat Party seriously. They're just not a party I think that's worth even remotely taken seriously on this one. And the fact that they're going after a guy like Nick Shirley, who has done nothing wrong but just try to reveal what's going on in these fucking areas. He revealed hospice fraud, for God's sakes. He revealed the daycare centers in Minnesota. I'm sorry, but Nick Shirley's doing more good than harm. Those fake-ass daycare centers in Minnesota were doing more harm than good. Good for Nick Shirley. I am all on board with Nick Shirley, okay? I am all on board with my boy Nick.
For 4 years, exactly. Where you could be punished. So what people really need to know is that the state of California is deciding to punish the journalists out there that are doing the work and exposing the fraud instead of punishing the fraudsters. And a government that diminishes transparency has something to hide.
And what are some more crazy things about this bill?
There's a section in this bill that says any records or documents pertaining to a program participant shall be held confidential.
Man.
So there are workarounds in this bill that will hide information that if you wanted to find online the Quality Learning Center, all of these areas can be now moved around and shifted.
Wow, so you can't even get that information that should be publicly available, by the way. The reason they don't want it to be publicly available
is so that way the fraud can't be discovered, essentially. It's an obfuscation of truth. Obfuscation, I believe, is the proper term. The California government sickens me. I look down on the California government. I really do. This whole Stop Nick Shirley Act, by the way, is mentally ill. It's mentally ill. And I think most people can realize that. Oh, hell yeah, dude. My boy Tyler got a new puppy. What's up?
1708 says, Garza the puppy has been home for a few hours and loves it already.
Dude, that's freaking awesome, man. Dude, I can't wait to see the doggy sometime, man. That's going to be so freaking cool. Hey, congratulations, brother. That's awesome that you got a doggy dog, man. That's awesome. But if you guys are tired of California like I am, if you guys have California fatigue, double tap the screen to like the stream. Once again, if you guys have California fatigue like I do, double tap the screen to like the stream, man. I'm sick and tired of California, man. I'm sick and tired of the brain rot that is coming out of Cali. I'm tired of stupid laws like the Stop Nick Shirley Act, which is woke bullshit. California is woke and dumb. Can we just be honest with each other? The woke Stop Nick Shirley Act is dumb. It's woke and it's dumb. It's woke and moronic. It's all you need to know. It's a bad idea. But let's see what Nick Shirley has found out about the Stop Nick Shirley Act. I think he's the man, and I'm glad he's uncovering it.
They are making it harder to find the people's money when we should be making it easier, when we have already proven.
Yeah, we should be figuring, by the way, it's called transparency. We should be figuring out where our tax dollars are going. If you're hiding that, if you're not letting us know where our tax dollars are going, you're committing fraud. You, the government, answer to us, the people, all right? You're answering to we, the people. If you're giving money to a facility that is our money, we have every freaking right to know where that goddamn money's going. We have every right to know. And it pisses me off to no end. But hell yeah, dude. Tyler got a new puppy, dude. I got a puppy dog. I love it, dude. Well, I'm glad you got a sweet doggy dog, man. I love it. Now, I know Tylord's a good man, so he's gonna make sure the dog is cared for completely. He's a good dude. Tylord knows his stuff, man. Total stud.
That in 3 cases alone in the state of California, $500 million in fraud.
That's a lot of fraud.
And so essentially, an NGO or a daycare, anything that falls underneath immigration support providers, their information...
What the fuck does a daycare have to do with immigration? If somebody gets their leg cut off, I don't give a fuck if they're from New Guinea or not. Oh, wait a minute. This guy's from Morocco. Get the Morocco leg doctor over here. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's mental, dude. I agree, Asmund. It is completely mental. I just feel like my mind is turning to mush, trying to digest this slop. It's utterly mental. Hell yeah, Tyler. Dude, definitely send me a pic when you can, bro. That's awesome, dude. No, I can't wait to see the pic of the new puppy. I can't wait to see the puppy eventually too. I'll have to stop on by sometime. I know I've been pretty damn busy, so I'm just trying not to be as busy, but
confidential.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly right, is that they can hide it because they have changed the definitions. Designated immigration support services facility.
Got change. If you change the definitions, man, you change the game. At least that's what they're trying to do.
Also,
that's what the Democrats are trying to do. It feels like.
Includes healthcare facilities, also includes nonprofit organizations, and not only that, areas that the Department of Justice actually recognizes those entities. It's such a broad thing, so you can cover everything. And then, when you look at those definitions, when I read you the bill, I am reading the physical bill. So when they call you a liar, how? How are you lying? How, when you have all of the information in front of you, and it's a front. When you sit down and you actually talk about it, you know it's a coordinated effort to steal from the people of California.
It absolutely is, brother. It absolutely is, and that's why the taxpayers of California need to hold California's feet to the fire and stop the Stop Nick Shirley Act. They need to hold California's feet to the fire. All right. By the way, if you guys are tired of California and you appreciate at least independent media covering it, double tap the screen to like the stream if you're done with California. If you're just tired of California, if you guys love Nick Shirley as much as I do, please double tap the screen to like the stream one more time. If you guys love Nick Shirley as much as I do, please, for the love of Pete, double tap, for the love of Palm Beach Pete. Double tap your screen to like the stream. Like I said, for the love of Palm Beach Pete, double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's go, dude.
That same day, an assemblyman, Carl DeMaio.
Fucking based. I am so glad to see young men in government that are finally recognizing and waking up to this bullshit.
Yeah, baby. Which is good.
And that are being represented and coming up in the ranks. This is great. I'm so happy about this.
Brought forth a motion to push for more.
And maybe there is hope in California. Hopefully. I don't know, man. I don't trust what's happening in Cali half the time, but let's see. Maybe there's hope.
Transparency on this bill. However, it was then shut down by the Democrats inside of the Assembly to not give any more transparency. And as I was explaining this, one of the co-authors passed by, and it was now my time to confront these legislators who are pushing forth this bill.
Here's one of the authors of the bill. How are you guys doing? We just want to ask you about the bill and why you guys would pass.
So these are the woke people. These are the two woke people who supposedly created the Stop Nick Shirley Act, allegedly. These woke people suck. Hold on. Yeah, these woke people are terrible, man. Aw, dude, our boy Tyler just got a new dog, man. Such a cute face. Dude, what a sweet puppy, dude. Holy crap, dude. This is like the cutest dog in the world. Such a sweet boy. He's so cute. Man, I love dogs, dude. Dogs are so freaking cool. But yeah, if you guys support independent media and you guys support Nick Shirley, and you want to support our channel as well because we are independent media, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. It helps push our channel out to more people. So once again, if you guys want to support independent media, double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's see what Nick Shirley reveals when he encounters these woke people, the woke people who created this stupid bill. Dude, yeah, Tyler, that dog, she is so cute, dude. That's a sweet dog. Sweetest dog I've ever seen, dude. Those sweet puppy eyes, dude. Too cute.
Pass this bill that really is an attack on free speech.
I am not even sure what you're talking about. Really? You said an author. I don't think.
Yes.
I'm an
Did you pass out? Did you sign to pass this bill? The AB 26.
No, I don't 24? Know what you're talking about.
So wait, she's literally the author of the bill, and she's denying it. Are you serious? Allegedly, she's the author of the bill, and she's denying it. Really? Oh my God, dude. These Democrats are freaking... I don't trust them, man. I don't trust the Democrats, dude. I just don't. I'm so anti-Democrat at this point in my life. I think it's the smartest maneuver I ever made. Dude, Nick Shirley is basically revealing to the world that the Democrats are clearly lying, allegedly. I'm just going to say allegedly to cover my ass, because...
Do you know what
mainly because I just don't trust Democrats at this point because they lie so often.
I'm talking about?
No.
You do not?
No,
Are you
guys
serious?
are just talking about something random.
We're talking about something random. Okay. Sasha, how are you doing?
Right.
We just want to ask you about the bill AB 2624. Why would you sign off on that? It's a direct violation of the First Amendment, and it makes it harder for people to expose fraud here.
We have.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see these woke people try to explain this stupid low IQ bill. This is lawfare in a certain way. You know, you can't go... I think going after journalists who are revealing the fraud, they're basically being whistleblowers, and they're being punished for whistleblowing. Exposing fraud is a form of whistleblowing, and there's nothing wrong with exposing that fraud. What Nick Shirley is doing is completely reasonable. And for these people to basically, in a lot of ways, it feels like accuse him of being something he's not. It's disturbing. I'm a big Nick Shirley fan, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge Nick Shirley fan. And to be honest, I'm pretty sick. I'm pretty sick to my stomach right now. And I say, why not be sick to my stomach, man? It's disgusting. You know? It's just weird to me. Why would you punish somebody for revealing fraud? For revealing actual fraud? Like, let that sink in, you guys. Why would you... First off, this bill is against the Constitution. This bill is wholly against the Constitution. It's a perversion. It's, in my opinion, one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. It is a straight-up perversion of everything. And it blows my mind. It really blows my mind. We got frog eat frog, everybody. We got dog eat dog. Or is it frog eat frog? Is it dog eat dog or frog eat frog? Who is it? Who could it be now? Who can it be now? Who could it be knocking at my door? Gaza for 3. What is going on, Froggy Frog? You're my brony bro. You're my brony bro. Froggy Frog, everyone. We love Froggy Frog. Get it now. Get it going on right now. Get it going now. Let's keep going.
Ledge Council, they check the constitutionality of all our bills as we're writing them. I work on fraud issues. You'd know that if you look at some of the work I did on the budget subcommittee.
Yeah, that's the problem. The problem is that you work on fraud issues.
Yeah, if you're working, and that's the thing. And now you're trying to pass a bill that prevents citizens from revealing the fraud itself because you don't know how to do your fucking job. Nick Shirley has to do your job for you, basically. Nick Shirley's there to keep you honest because, honestly, you're not honest. That's the truth.
Thank you for inviting this reality. Yes, we know. That's the issue.
Mia Bonta, her husband's Attorney General of the Attorney General of California, and it was only until I exposed fraud that they actually cracked down on the fraud and made some arrests here, especially with the hospices. And do you know that if this bill were to pass, it'd make it illegal for someone to go after fraud, especially if it's based off of immigrants, for instance, Armenians in California?
No, I think that's a misinterpretation of the bill.
No. Oh my God, really? Misinterpretation? Don't gaslight us, lady. Don't fucking gaslight us. Do not gaslight us with this shit. I am not in the mood to be gaslit by some liberal. I'm not in the mood to be gaslit by some woke person, okay? Not today. Not today. It's fucking crazy, though. Okay, so that's where it would be. There we go. Sorry, you guys, I'm doing something real quick. Yeah, the Stop Nick Shirley Act should absolutely be considered a crime.
Oh, no.
But I'm happy to talk with you more about it. And
Don't you
fraud
worry.
and investigations into fraud are something that's been happening for a very long time. The Attorney General handles those cases. This is an ongoing
weird
issue.
that the wife of the Attorney General, Mia Bonta, is now pushing this bill that literally goes against the First Amendment.
No, I actually don't. I don't think that this bill violates the First Amendment. I mean,
Really?
that's the whole purpose. We
Well, why
have
not?
ledge counsel and ledge attorneys that talk with us about this. Constitutionality is really important to the work.
So your bill criminalizes publication of images recorded in public. Do you believe the government has the right to punish journalists for filming in public space?
No, I think that is a.
Okay, don't gaslight us, lady. That's what the bill says. If you're going to gaslight us into basically this bill is completely naked and showing its wiener, but you're trying to convince us that it has clothes on. This is another Emperor has no clothes moment. Come on, man. Dude. I am so sick of being gaslit by liberals. I'm so sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. It's bullshit.
Complete misinterpretation of actually.
He reads it. He reads it directly to her.
Yeah, word for word. And she's basically like, oh, you're misinterpreting it. You don't understand it. No.
Nick Shirley definitely understands it. By the way, if you guys think that Nick Shirley's the man, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys think that what Nick Shirley is doing is pretty honorable and he's a great journalist, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys think that California is in the wrong by doing this Stop Nick Shirley Act, please double tap the screen to like the stream. We are here to expose California for trying to basically propose, not only propose, but to enable and put it into action, a law that would criminalize investigative journalism. That should never happen. Freedom of press and freedom of speech mean something. They absolutely mean something.
Says, do you think they can do that? No, you don't understand it. You don't. No. See, you don't understand it.
No, because piece of legislation.
That is not. That's literally what happened. Speaker Rivas, how are you doing?
These people are getting called out, and I'm all for it. I am so all for it because these people deserve to get called out. They are basically trying to pass something that is clearly unconstitutional, and it's making me sick. It makes me sick. It's disgusting. Should be called out. I love what Nick is doing, man. What Nick Shirley is doing is honestly pretty brave. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do something real quick, you guys. One moment. Give me just another moment, everybody. Stand by. Okay, we're back.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act? AB 2624.
I don't know anything about it.
And do you think there's any conflict of interest there with Mia Bonta and her husband being the AG? That just shows you everything you need to know. These people won't even answer the questions. So you
yeah, and it's funny. They claim to be working for the people, but in all actuality, they're working against the people. Allegedly. I'll say allegedly to cover my ass. But yeah.
Off, you're a co-author of the AB 2624 bill. What made you want to sign off on this bill that would literally make it so NGOs don't have to disclose their money?
Donald Trump absolutely did stomp the
Tiny
Supreme
Lion
Leader.
says, Donald Trump stomped the Supreme Leader.
Yeah, we'd have to go back and look at the materials from that committee hearing.
Okay, and what, for instance, just answer the question. Why does your bill apply to organizations receiving taxpayer money? Shouldn't publicly funded entities have more transparency, not less?
Restate the question?
Yes, so entities that receive money from the government, shouldn't there be more transparency and not less?
I think we want to make sure that we are being accountable to public funds.
Yes, and so you signed off on a bill that would make that harder to have transparency.
Well, I don't think I see it that way. I think that we're making sure that, like...
Oh, yeah, you don't see it that way. It is absolutely... By the way, if somebody gets punished for being a journalist, for actually trying to review, for actually trying to determine if there is fraud or not, it's called an investigation. You can investigate as a citizen journalist. It's totally fine. Allegedly. I'll say allegedly to cover my ass. Citizen journalism, though, it's freedom of press. It's freedom of the press. It's just crazy to me, man. It's completely mental to me. Completely.
Like, you know, all of our systems are able to get the money out to community and that there's transparency and accountability incorporated.
But
listen, just phone it into ChatGPT next time, okay? Like, it'll do a better job. Just phone it in. Like, it really, I mean, it's embarrassing.
You're literally signed off on a bill that would make it for less transparency, sir.
That's debatable, and I don't.
It's
agree.
not debatable.
It's debatable.
They're going for immigration-based.
Wait, how is it debatable? When it's fairly obvious, you know? I mean, this is mental, man. This is absolutely mental. This is cray-cray. Give me one more moment, you guys. I'm trying to determine something. I'm going to try a little bit of an experiment here. No, that won't work. Hold on. Yeah, maybe this should just be at the top. We'll put this at the tippy top. You know what? I just figured something out. I'm a freaking genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Yeah, Nick Shirley's doing the right thing, man. He's investigating if there is fraud or not. You can make a claim of fraud. You can claim that you believe there is fraud occurring. That's actually completely reasonable, believe it or not. It really is.
Services, they're trying to make it harder for money to be disclosed.
Thanks.
Look, they just run off.
Yeah.
Oh,
How are you doing?
I just want to say hi. So, great work. Very
Thank you.
proud of what you're doing.
And how come you think that they're just sign off on a bill that would make it harder for organizations that receive taxpayer dollars to be...
I don't agree with it. I think you're on the right track. This is an attack. It should not be.
Dude, thank goodness somebody actually has a mind of their own in California. No way. Not everybody's a woke idiot in California. This gal is based as hell. Hell yeah, dude. I love it. I freaking love it, bro.
It's not right.
There you go.
You're doing well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're a co-author of the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Oh, you know who I am. My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am. You signed off on the AB 2624 Act. Can you tell us about what you did on that?
I don't even know who you are.
Well, my name's Nick Shirley.
Yeah, she knows who he... I'm pretty sure she is pretending not to know who he is. She is... Oh, God, these people are so frustrating. And they know what they knew what they were doing. They knew the reason why they passed that bill. This is crazy.
But either way, can you tell me about this assembly bill you're trying to pass?
Shirley.
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
But could you please just answer?
You know this bitch was so fucking obnoxious in high school. Can you imagine this?
She is... I don't know. I don't trust her. She clearly knows who Nick is. Because the reason that she signed off on the bill probably, and this is all allegedly, is because she probably was briefed by her Democrat compadres that this is about Nick Shirley. But she's trying to pretend like, oh, I have no idea who Nick Shirley is. Blah, blah, blah. Why would I sign off on a bill that would suppress freedom of speech? Well, guess what? The bill basically does punish actual journalists. And by the way, whether you guys want to admit it or not, Nick Shirley is a journalist. He may not be a journalist from CNN. In fact, he's better than that. He's an investigative, independent journalist, which honestly makes his opinion more relevant and matter more in the public space. People are tired of being lied to by the mainstream media. We trust people like Nick Shirley more than we trust CNN or MSDNC or Fox News. We trust Nick Shirley, man. We trust people like Nick. And I feel like Nick has more journalistic integrity than all of the mainstream media journalists combined. You heard me. You frickin' heard me, bro. You heard my ass. Thank you, Tiny Lion Gaming. I appreciate the 2 jewels. I think I saw 2 jewels on there. Hold on. Wait, did Tiny Lion Gaming send me 2 jewels? What am I looking at here? Oh. I'm not alone because the TV's on, yeah. I'm not crazy because I take the right pills every day and wake with your conscience. Hey, Tiny Lion Gaming, thank you for sending a star for 2 jewels. So we got a happy poop yum yum. We got a 100 for 2 jewels, and we got a star for 2 jewels. I appreciate all the jewels, everybody. Thank you guys for being so incredible. You guys are awesome.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Any question about the AB 2624 bill? A lot of people are worried about that it's going to stop.
Yeah, this lady blows, dude. Allegedly.
Fraud investigations, but you're the one who signed off and you're a co-author of it.
Yeah.
These people...
This is the reason why we've invented the word void.
Void? Void. What?
That's the reason.
Did you say void or void? What do you say?
Crazy. They can't even answer questions about the bills that they're co-authoring. Hello, Mr. Lowenthal. How are you doing?
Honestly, this makes California look bad. The irony is, Nick, they don't realize that they dug themselves into a hole. That these politicians are only making things worse for themselves because Nick Shirley is exposing just how corrupt the government of California is. Holy crap, dude. The government of California is corrupt as hell.
Okay, how are Doing great. How do you feel about proposing a bill that would put $10,000 fines and potential jail time for publishing a video from a parking lot?
Wait, can you say that to me again?
Yeah, so AB 2624, if a journalist were to go and investigate fraud in an immigrant service company, essentially, from the government that receives taxpayer dollars, they could potentially risk receiving a $10,000 fine with this bill you guys are trying to pass.
Well, I need to read the bill.
But you signed off on the bill. You passed the bill.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. He said he needs to read the bill. So you signed off on a bill that you didn't even freaking read. You've got to be kidding me. There's a certain level of idiocy, and it's got to be in California at this point. So I want to thank I'm Okay, You Suck. Thank you for the happy poop yum yum. Everybody give a shout out to at I'm Okay, You Suck. Thank you for the happy poop gift. You are an incredible human being. Love you, bro. No, thank you so much for the gift, though. I appreciate it. The more gifts we get, the better. It does help fund the show quite a bit. More gifts, the better. So whatever you guys can give.
Yeah, I know. I know. I still have to read it.
I mean, this is mental. So you signed off a bill that you signed off on a bill that you didn't even really take the time to read. This is why bills should not be overly complicated. Also, this is why we need to stop hiring old people like this guy to just sign off on anything the Democrats tell them to sign off on. Because guess what? I bet you some young people in California pressured this guy to sign off on it without him even reading it. Just remember, guys, I mean, this is some 1984 shit. I keep saying it over and over again. This is 1984 level bullshit. Holy freaking crap. Dude, the more I watch this, the more I support Nick Shirley. I already supported Nick Shirley to begin with, but I support him even more than I did before. I support him even more than I did before. And I love this kid. I love Nick Shirley. I love what he stands for. I think he's a heck of a dude. And if we're going to be honest, I think that the Democrats who signed off on this bill are doing it against the Constitution. Because you can't just imprison somebody for journalism. It's not that simple. Now, if they're being violent while being journalists, that's a different story. That's a totally different story, actually. Crazy.
Yeah, I'd have to read it.
What do you mean I passed the bill? I don't know.
It's gone through two.
What he's doing is that he knows that Nick Shirley isn't like super verbal, and so he's asking him to restate his question so it can draw out more time, and then he's taking the one word that he's saying that was incorrect because it's not passing the bill, and then he's reframing it around that word in order to not address the substance of what's being asked. That's what he's doing.
Yep, he's trying to avoid the question. He's trying to make him restate it. He's just trying to buy himself some time. Honestly, this guy is making himself look even worse. This old guy right here, if he signed off on the bill and he didn't read it, he's the one who looks like an idiot at the end of the day. This guy right here. This guy looks like a fool. I can't believe California is doing this. Come on, dude.
It's pretty obvious.
Times, and it's been passed.
What 2 times? Where are you referring to? Are you referring to committees?
Yes.
Which committees?
I can tell you right here if you give me a second. But
speaking of...
Let me guess. Now I'm out of time.
Committee, I'm in the privacy committee right now, but I don't think that bill has passed before my committee.
He's a co-op.
Yep, he bought himself some time so he wouldn't... See, it's guys like that are pieces of shit because he knew he was in the wrong. He knew that he signed off on a bill that he'd read nothing about. He got called out on camera, and now he's just doing everything he can to buy himself time before he gets into the building. Wow. Welcome to California, home of the morons. Look, California is too woke and stupid for their own good, allegedly. If you guys can, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. But more importantly, if you guys want to help support independent media, double tap the screen to like the stream. We are independent media. We're completely fan-funded, but we like to react to these videos so we could shine a light on the idiocy of the Democrat Party. The goal is to shine a light on the stupidity of the Democrat Party because we want people to realize just how dumb the Democrats really are. And we don't even, and by the way, we're not even lying about their stupidity. All we have to do is just talk to them. All you have to do is talk to these Democrats and you find out, oh my God, these people are dumb. They don't know what they're doing. Clean your room. So, look, the Democrat Party's cooked. That's all I got to say. No, Nick's the man, dude. Nick Shirley is the man. But yeah, I am so sick and tired of these disingenuous fools being pricks. Done with it, man. Done with it, done with it, done with it. I love Nick Shirley, man. I think Nick Shirley's doing the right thing. And to those of you who don't believe me, I don't really care. All I know is I trust Nick Shirley more than I trust CNN. I'll tell you that.
Right? Just literally running out the clock.
He roached out, dude. Just as Asmund Gould would say, he roached out. The guy roached the fuck out. He was running down the shot clock. Oh, man.
Author of it.
Uh-huh.
He's a co-author of that bill. What's your thoughts on this AB 2624 bill? Any response? Like, what would make you guys want to pass this?
Thank you.
Do you think it makes it harder for fraud?
Dude, these people are getting so exposed right now. Like, I don't think, you know what's funny? I don't think these people realize just how much influence Nick Shirley has. A lot of people are angry at the government. And when we watch stuff like when we watch videos made by this amazing man named Nick Shirley, we get utterly pissed. We get so freaking pissed. It's upsetting. It's upsetting to see these people who are supposedly working they're working on the behalf of Californians, allegedly, when they're clearly not. It's pretty obvious they're not. And Nick, I love you for what you're doing, man. Keep up the good work. Nick is an investigative journalist, and I love it, man.
Fraud to get discovered here in the United States? Why can't you guys just answer our questions? You guys are the ones who are signing off on these bills. So what do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act, AB 2624? You don't know much about it?
I don't know.
So how would you not know about it if you... I'm assuming that she also signed off on it as well. As per usual, these people are signing off on a bill that they know nothing about. They didn't even read the fine print. This is crazy, man. Oh, Annie, thank you so much for the Husky for 800 joules. I really do appreciate it. Everybody give a shout out to Annie, for sending a husky for 800 joules. We got to give Annie her flowers, man. Thank you so much, Annie. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Annie, for sending the husky gift. I really appreciate it. I'm going to give it a love. Everybody give Annie her flowers, dude. She just sent a husky for 800 joules. Super duper cool. We all love Annie for contributing. Anybody who wants to contribute a gift to the show, we really do appreciate it on this show big time. The more gifts we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways, at least when it comes to the funding side of things. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's keep going.
I know that.
Oh, well, can I tell you a little bit about it?
She's a co-author of the bill.
She's a co-author of the bill, and she's denying any involvement. Look at her just eating like, oh, I don't know anything about it. Yet she co-authored it. Oh, my. And here she is getting basically confronted by Nick Shirley. This is why we hate California. This is why we can't stand the Democrats. We're done with the Democrats. We're tired of the Democrats. Period. End of story. Oh my God. Asmund, dude, I am feeling the exact same way that you're feeling, brother. I am feeling, dude, it's sad when this is the co-author of the bill is denying any involvement. That's honestly unethical. I don't know how illegal that is. It's probably not illegal. I don't know if it's illegal to deny something that you wrote as a government official. I don't know the legalities of that, but that's insane. That is levels of insanity that kills me on the inside. This is woke. This is why we can't. By the way, if you guys have woke fatigue and you guys are tired of liberals telling you what to do, please double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys want to support independent media like my show, the more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get 60 likes in 60 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get 60 likes in 60 minutes. So don't forget to double tap the screen to help us out. Like I said, the more likes we get, the better. It really helps the channel in more ways than one. So thank you.
Oh, fuck, bro. What is this?
It's cringy, dude. She co-authors, so allegedly she authors this bill. And she's basically denying knowing anything about it.
So, you should know about it, because it's kind of your job.
You little broccoli haircut little bitch.
Stop Nick Shirley Act, what it does is it shields immigrant... Oh... All right,
she's running away.
The Stop Nick Shirley Act shields immigration nonprofit workers from public record disclosure. It criminalizes publishing images and videos of covered workers, even taken in public. Grants covered or...
By the way, look at this security guard, bro. The entire time, he's just there. He's fucking there and waiting.
Oh, is he talking about this guy right here? He's like an undercover security guard. He looks like a chode. That undercover security guard looks like a woke chode.
Its power to demand video takedowns, imposes a $4,000 civil, $10,000 criminal, $50,000 felony fines per violation, applies to taxpayer-funded organizations. Would you support a bill that allows all that to take place? It is your job. Would you support a bill? Yes or no, ma'am?
Can you take
Thank you, baby. It was so good to meet you. I hope you have a great day.
Ma'am, you're literally working for us, but you won't even answer our own questions. Like, these people...
That's dude.
Yeah, this makes California look worse. I mean, the bill itself is already a stain on California, but Nick Shirley, again, dude, Nick Shirley is perfect from the field. He is draining three-pointers from the field on the court. This is wild. I mean, this is unbelievable. Nick Shirley is literally exposing these people. Literally exposing these people. This is amazing. Thank you, Nick Shirley, for doing the work that needs to be done here. Because clearly nobody else is. Nick Shirley's doing God's work, man. This kid is doing God's work, bro. But this is crazy, man. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate the bee. Everybody give a shout out to Annie. Thank you so much for the honey bee. Hell yeah. I'm going to put, Annie, thank you for your support. And everyone, give your love to Annie. She is an amazing human being who is helping this channel grow quite a bit. No, she's amazing, dude. I love the fact that Annie gets into the chat, gives her own little commentary, too. I think it's great. I love the fact that you all have your own unique voice and your own unique ideals and ideas and stuff like that. I think it's fabulous, man. So I really do hope to encourage you guys to just be yourselves and honestly to have a good time on this show, man. We really want to encourage people just to do their thing. And but Annie, I want to thank you for that bumblebee. That is so freaking cool. And that was for 1,250 joules. Holy crap, man. That's honestly really nice. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Annie. All right, let's keep going, everybody.
Get paid by our tax dollars.
Awful. They are
can't even
so
answer
awful.
anything. This is super important. People have a lot of questions about the AB 2624 Act.
People are so sick of these people in California. Nick Shirley, can I just say once again, I said it a million times, you're doing the Lord's work. You're doing everything right in this instance. These government officials are doing everything wrong. And thank you for calling these pieces of garbage out. Thank you.
So this bill...
AKA the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Tell us about it.
Well, there is no Stop Nick Shirley Act, but the author's not here today, but I hope you can find her.
But you're the co-author of this.
Yeah. Dude, I love... He's like, but you're the co-author of this. No, I'm not. I better run. Dude, how much do you want to bet this guy's going to run? I don't think he's going to run, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did, though. A lot of these Democrats are in pure denial mode right now. Deny, deny, deny. It makes them look bad because it shows that they're liars. These government officials are basically being revealed as liars. Yeah. Fucking liars. Just how insane. How bloody insane. Oh, my God, man. I mean, this is purely mental. I mean, this is some mental crap, dude. This is garbage. All right, man. Let's keep going.
I'm a co-author of many, many bills that protect vulnerable communities in California.
Good, so you should know a lot about this bill. For instance, it shields immigration.
Hold on one. Hey.
Oh, is he he's pretending like he's getting a call? How much do you want to bet he's pretending like he has to answer the phone on his little Apple earbud just to avoid being confronted by Nick Shirley? What a freaking coward. What a coward.
I hate to disrupt the phone call. This is important. Wait, come on. Look at that. These guys really just don't
They're all roaching out, dude. As Asmund Gould would say, they're all roaching out. They are roaching the F out, bro. They are roaching. They're roaching out, dude. They're roaching out, bro. And they can't stand the fact that Nick Shirley is just a great journalist, man. Nick Shirley's a good journalist, by the way, whether you guys want to admit it or not.
You got to admit, though, like, at least that guy, like, I mean, Jesus, bro, like, what a pussy. I know, but at least he had a better answer rather than the, I'm just not going to talk to you.
Yeah, he did say, like, I'm the co-author of several bills. I'm a co-author of a lot of bills. That actually is kind of reasonable to some degree. But at the same time, all these other people have been snarky to this man. They've all been snarky to Mr. Shirley. And honestly, Nick has been nothing but gracious with his time. He's trying to get to the bottom of this. Why would the Stop Nick Shirley Act is a real thing.
Any of the questions, these people won't even answer questions about the bills they're co-authoring.
At least he roached out like a professional. Like the other ones roached out like...
Honestly, he pretended like he had a call. I'm assuming he pretended like he had a call to answer. It felt like he did. But then again, who knows?
Like high school girls.
Oh, I'm just going to say allegedly. And yeah, Asmund's right. These chicks are all acting like they're high school girls that are just too good to talk to Nick Shirley because, I don't know. Nick Shirley is the man, dude. I love this kid. I think Nick Shirley is a total freaking stud. I love this dude. Is he the best? Is he a good public speaker? No. In fact, if anything, I do admit Nick Shirley's public speaking skills could definitely use quite a bit of improvement. So could mine, by the way. I am not a great public speaker either. I fail in many ways. But Nick Shirley, man, he's a stud, dude.
Embarrassing.
Welcome to Sacramento. You know, I appreciate you exposing waste, fraud, and abuse. It is rampant in California, just like in Minnesota.
Damn, dude. Hell yeah. Based. Let's keep going.
And if it wasn't for independent journalists like you, we would that would not be happening in our state. And
Nick Shirley deserves the love he's getting right here. Absolutely. Thank you, Nick Shirley, for exposing the rot in California and Minnesota. I can't wait to see you here in Oregon. I hope that Nick Shirley comes here to Oregon. I would love it. I would love it if Nick Shirley came here to Oregon. That would be like a wet dream.
And I
based boomer.
applaud you for doing it, and welcome to Sacramento.
Well, these people are literally signing off on these bills, and they're acting like they don't have any idea what it is, when it really is a direct violation of the First Amendment.
What's that?
Most of them don't read the bills, but they know what it is.
Yeah.
The people that you talk to that co-authored the bill, they know what it is.
It's criminal. And then to think that they're getting paid from the taxpayers of California, yet they can't even answer any questions about these.
Oh yeah, and they're unwilling to answer anything either. Nick's the man, though. Nick is doing the right thing, bro. Absolutely 100%. We know it. We all know it. Big Dick Nick. Here we go, dude. Stud.
Bills that they are co-authors of.
A lot of times when the media will approach them, they deflect often, and that's just the job that they do, and they'll continue to vote. And it's ironic, like I'm the author of SB 14. It's made it a strikeable offense to make sex trafficking of a minor a strike offense.
Whoa, hold on.
Randomgian at 1708 says, Garza, when can we see the piss bottle collection?
There is no piss bottle collection. I swear. I swear there's none. Don't look into it. Don't look into it. Okay? Look, I know that I'm acting like a lot of these California politicians by saying, hey, don't investigate this. Don't look into it any further. Do not look into this because you're not going to find anything. I do not have a piss bottle collection. You guys, is it getting hot in here? It's getting kind of hot. Suddenly the room just got really hot. I don't know. I don't know why everybody just thinks I got a piss bottle collection. I'm going to start calling Ty Lord Little Nick Shirley. Ty Lord's trying to be an independent journalist, and he's trying to get to the bottom of my piss bottle collection, which I don't have, by the way. Which I do not have. I do not have a piss bottle collection. Just want to let you know I don't have one. Oh, it looks like somebody's calling me. I can't really answer Ty Lord's questions on the chat. Hold on. Hello? Hello, yeah. Okay. Extended warranty, you say? Okay. Really? Wait, so all you need is a credit card number? You know, my biological stepson might be able to give me his. No, just kidding. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Okay, I love Ty Lord. He's the greatest investigative journalist of all time. He's trying to figure out if I have a piss bottle collection. And the media doesn't need to know, dude.
Random
There is nothing.
There's
nothing here. There's nothing here.
Garza,
dude.
where did your collection go?
There's nothing
the
to reveal.
The media needs to know.
There's nothing to reveal. I'm innocent. Don't make me run away. Dude, honestly, the way I'm acting makes me look even guiltier, and I love it. I want to look as guilty as I can. Look, I'm just Palm Beach Pete.
Fence in the state of California, and Mia Bonta, we had to get the governor engaged to reverse her decision on the committee to not criminalize sex traffickers, but she wants to.
Kidding me? They don't. Am I hearing that right? Are you saying that if you're a sex trafficker in Cali, you won't be criminalized? Allegedly. I don't know how true this is. I have no idea how true this is, but let's see.
What? What? Wait, what? 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 Huh?
Criminalize you. That's an ironic situation, huh?
That is very ironic.
It's a weird
so,
situation.
the AG's wife, the Attorney General's wife, Mia Bonta, she wanted to protect sex traffickers.
She wouldn't vote, and she did not pass a bill in committee a couple of years ago to make sex trafficking a minor child a serious, strikeable offense. So if you get a strike and 3 strikes, you're life in prison. She wouldn't vote for it. The governor engaged in that process the next week.
If sex trafficking a minor isn't a strikeable offense, then why don't we just get rid of strikeable offenses? Like, I mean, obviously nothing is at that point. I mean,
yeah, that's a pretty damn strikeable offense. That's a pretty damn strikeable offense, if you ask me. What is this? These people are like trying to protect Diddy, it feels like. In fact, all these laws feel like they're just trying to protect people who are just like P. Diddy, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Oh my God. I mean, thank goodness it's a strikeable offense. It better be. That's insane.
I mean, like, that's a pretty bad one, right? Jesus.
They passed it out of committee, but she wouldn't criminalize sex trafficking.
No. See, you can sex traffic 2 minors. It's the third one they have a problem with.
But she'll criminalize people like you.
That is insane. Mia Bonta, she sounds like quite the lady.
You should meet her one day.
She didn't show up to her own job today, Mia Bonta, didn't it?
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, is this Scott Wiener right here?
Yep, yes he is.
Yes.
Scott Wiener, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Can you give us your opinion?
Dude, this guy already looks like the biggest chode I've ever seen in my life. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. That is the picture of this guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's really in shape. But what the fuck is he wearing in this photo, by the way? Is he trying to dress like the Village People? Look, this guy, if I were to look up, if there was a dictionary that had pictures to associate to words, and I looked up the word chode, CHODE, I feel like I would see him associated with that word. I'm just going to say allegedly to cover my ass. Holy crap. Of course, this guy would co-author this bill.
Thank you very much. Could you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist, so...
Okay, you think that Nick Shirley's a psycho scam artist, yet... Were you aware of what you were wearing in this photo? Hold on. Are you aware? So you think that this guy is a psycho scam artist. Do you realize that you look like Patrick Bateman dressing up as the Village People in this photo right here? You look like you're trying to be Patrick fucking Bateman. But you're dressed up as the Village People. That's what I signal. So the fact of the matter is, you calling this guy a psychopath, it's the kettle. What's that damn fucking term called? It's the pot calling the kettle black, bro. Holy frickin' crap. This is all the evidence I need to be like, God.
Can you give us your opinion?
I like his last name, though. Wiener. Fuck yeah, Scott Wiener, bro. Scott Wiener. That's a hot name, bro. That's a hot name.
Thank you very much. Could you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist, so...
You think please disclose how you think that. Look how they just run away. Sorry. These guys are fools. It would suck to have last name Wiener.
Man. Yeah.
Anyways. So right there, you have literal co-authors.
Yeah, here's the thing. This makes these Californian politicians look even more guilty. So good, honestly, good job, dude. Nick Shirley did his job. He made these California people look even more guilty than they actually are. I mean, like, maybe they. Let me rephrase that. I think that these California politicians are guilty as sin of trying to, in my opinion, violate the Constitution by creating this law. It's a law that is fundamentally against freedom of press and fundamentally against freedom of speech. It's that simple. I mean, and look at the verbiage. The verbiage tells you everything you need to know about how corrupt this law actually is. So for anybody to just dismiss this in kind, it's not dismissible, man, and it shouldn't be. I mean, this is wild, man, and I support Nick Shirley in all of his efforts because I love the fact that he's independent media. I love the fact that he doesn't even work for the mainstream media because I don't trust the mainstream media for the life of me. Let's keep watching.
Who will not give answers to the bill that they are a part of. Some even said they aren't even co-authors of the bill. Yeah. And now let's see what the...
Yeah, they said they're not co-authors of the bill. That's the irony of all this. They're saying they're actually co-authored in this specific bill, yet they're claiming that they're not co-authors, that they have nothing to do with it. How insane are you? California politicians. How insane are you? By the way, if you guys are tired of all these leftist politicians, please double tap your screen to like the stream. If you think the Democrat Party has completely gone bonkers and lost its mind, double tap the screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. We're tired of being told what to do by these woke lunatics. And that's why if you guys can, please take the time to like the stream. And if you also can, please take the time to subscribe to the channel. We are independent media. We're at 12,205 subscribers. Once again, we're at 10,205 subs. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow, but we are tired of being told what to do by these insane woke people. It is maddening beyond all belief. The Democrat Party's insane, bro.
The public has to say, and later we'll be speaking with the man, Carl DeMaio, who is in support of getting rid of the Stop Nick Shirley Act. And he'll explain just how dangerous this bill actually is. Do you think they should pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
Absolutely not. We need to stop letting politicians get away with fraud and do better for the people of California.
Yeah, brother. Based. Nick Shirley is trying to get to the truth. He's trying to uncover the rot that is in these states. And I really hope that he comes to Oregon next. I feel like Oregon is a hotbed for fraud in all scales. So please, Nick Shirley, I hope you come to Oregon, man. We want you to come to the state of Oregon. Please, for the love of Pete, for the love of Palm Beach Pete, I hope you come down here. Nick Shirley, we love you. I think you're an amazing human being, and I'm glad that you're calling out all the fraud, bro. You remind me so much of Charlie Kirk, brother. That's why I love you. That's why I love you, man. But yeah, if you guys can, double tap the screen to like the stream if you guys are tired. Just like that guy said, if you guys are tired of corrupt politicians telling us what to do, double tap the screen to like the stream, man. If you guys love Donald Trump as much as I do, please double tap the screen. Let's go.
California here in this state.
Fucking base. There it is. As a Californian, shit pisses me the fuck off. I mean, the problem is that there's not enough people in I think that the real issue is that there are so many people out there that still think that this is okay. And I think really, I mean, just putting out more content about it, spreading the message is the best way to solve it.
What's your message?
Yeah. And that's the thing. This is going to reverberate. This is going to get shared on social media. This is important because these California politicians are going to get called out like crazy. They didn't expect this to happen. They didn't expect Nick Shirley to come down there and actually confront them. And then when he did confront them, they basically denied all knowledge. And no, I don't know. I wasn't the co-author of this bill. They denied it. And that's what the liberals do, because these liberals are a bunch of communists. Communists will knowingly deceive everybody. This is why they should not be in government, because communists don't deserve power, quite frankly. And when I say don't deserve power, I mean they don't deserve power over you. If there are communists in government, that means that they can govern your life. Not good. Communists should never govern anything. Oh, Tim Smith in the house. Hold on.
Tim Smith 4118 says, "What is going on with this SPLC? I guess it's crazy, but always seemed obvious to me."
So with the SPLC, are you talking about, hold on, what? Now, hold on, I'm not too sure. Some things are over my head. I'm not going to lie, I'm an idiot. But we love you, Tim Smith.
Randomgian at 1708 says, "No one can convince me that Dems can run the country when they can't even run Cali and other states."
Yeah, that's the thing. California's been run into the ground by loser-ass Democrat policies. The Democrats have ruined their own... the Democrats have ruined the state of California. Businesses don't want to do business there because of how excessive the taxations are. Nobody wants to do business there. And anybody, by the way, and nobody, there's no businesses, there's no innovation happening in California anymore. Silicon Valley is practically dead. Most businesses, if they're smart, get the hell out of California so they don't have to pay excessive state taxes. It's about as simple as that. You can't tax away a problem, because what happens is when you try to tax away a problem, it makes it to where the rich people who don't want to get taxed just move their businesses somewhere else and do business elsewhere. This is why California is failing. There's plenty of reasons why California is failing, to be honest, but I love it, man. I love what Nick Shirley's doing, dude. I call him, as you all know, I call Nick Shirley Big Dick Nick, because I think he's the man. I really do. I think he's awesome. I think he's a stud, and he's one of a kind, bro. Nick Shirley's just one of a kind. The fear I see when I look in your eyes makes you believe. The fear I leave in the back of your mind makes you believe I'm one of a kind. And now I feel like I'm alive. Don't know just how I got so low. Give me a few moments, everybody.
Tim Smith 4118 says, YouTube blocking my messagers, I'll text you.
Oh, got you, man. Yeah. Feel free to send me a text, Mr. Tim. I'll see if I can just read the text messages over the airwaves. I'm just checking something, you guys, real quick. Hold on. Hold your horses, everybody. Hold your horses. Everybody. Okay, let's keep going, man. All right, one moment.
Message to Mia Bonta.
She needs to stay in her lane, stop writing BS bills, and let journalists do their job and find out the truth and give the money back to Californians.
And do you think there's a conflict of interest when the Attorney General, his wife, is creating laws to make it harder for people to expose fraud?
Yeah, that is a conflict of interest. I mean, come on, dude.
And right now,
come on, dude. Like, yeah, true.
That is insane, though, man. That is so fucking insane. Like, that blows my mind, man. That really blows
There's a
my
46%
frickin' mind.
chance that the Stop Nick Shirley Act becomes law by June 30th.
It might happen here because you got some weird fools over here.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Riad 5513 says, you sound like you got educated in red state public schools.
Well, it's better. Honestly, the sad part is I got educated in Oregon, which we have blue state public schools, which are worse. You want to know why blue state public schools suck? Because they don't teach you anything, and all the liberal teachers suck. The liberal teachers that I had to deal with at Marshfield High School when I was growing up, they, obviously it's, they had a very hippie mentality is what I'm trying to say.
Wow. So Tim Smith is saying the SPLC apparently funded the Triple K, American, that party, the American Zazie Party, I'll call it that. They funded and organized the Charlottesville rally, all to create hate. This is what Tim Smith is saying here. All to create hate groups to drive out their own donations. Now they are being charged by the... Wow. So the SPLC is being charged by the FBI for all kinds of fraud, allegedly. This is all alleged. I don't know how true any of it is, but Marshfield High School, man. Marshfield freaking High School, bro.
That's the truth of it, right? Yeah. Absolutely insane. 46% chance that the Stop Nick Shirley Act becomes law according to Polymarket right now. Insane.
Yeah.
I see what they've been doing towards you, and it's completely strange. You're just a local news person, and you're an amazing journalist, and then somehow they're just like throwing these bites out and like saying that you're this and that. So that's a very weird situation. We're Jesus believers, and we've been praying for the state, and we've been praying for you.
Good luck.
Actually, when we were praying, he has sensed that, this state has been drained in terms of wealth and in terms of abundance.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty obvious. All the rich people are leaving because California has become too much of a socialist fucking hellhole. Holy fucking crap, bro. It's become a socialist hellhole, bro. That's what it's become. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody. Freaking insane, man. Freaking insane.
Abundance because of these people with the policies and the bills that they've been passing, and we believe this is a very important year for California to be saved, literally need to be saved and rescued from everything that had gone on for the last 4 to 5 years, ever since with all these agendas going in and everything.
Yeah, too many stupid agendas, by the way. Far too many. It's ridiculous how many stupid agendas there are. Like, it's insanity. In frickin' sanity. California blows, dude.
And but we need people to pray, and we need people to speak out, and we need reformers.
We do have an actual conflict of interest when the Attorney General is married to someone who's trying to author a bill to essentially attack our freedom of speech. I would consider this to be
some of these people are so bait. This is crazy.
Textbook conflict of interest, and I would consider it to be extremely unethical. Every journalist across the country should be pissed right now, because an attack on Nick Shirley is essentially an attack on everybody. We need our...
Yeah, it is, because if people want to do investigative journalism, they're at risk. If they want to do actual investigative journalism, they're at risk. That's huge. Like, people need to really step up and see that. And it's kind of crazy to me that people don't recognize how dangerous it is. It's dangerous. Come on, man. This bill is dangerous. And it's insane. It's insanity. I think most people are aware of that. I hope. But who knows, man? Who knows?
Freedom of speech.
By the way, if you guys think the Stop Nick Shirley Act is a really dumb piece of legislation, double tap your screen to like the stream. If you guys think that Donald Trump is the greatest president we've ever had, double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's go, bro. Let's fucking go. Donald Trump is the GOAT, by the way. I don't care what anybody says.
If we don't have our freedom of speech, what do we have? Next step, Second Amendment.
You're one of the few people...
Jesus, bro. My God damn, bro. He had that locked in.
Who had opposed the Stop Nick Shirley Act. What made you oppose this bill?
Because I read the bill. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You read the bill and you realize that it's against the First Amendment. It criminalizes citizen investigative journalists who...
Yes, it does. And I love how these people are actually calling it out. Real, you know.
Take video and expose fraud.
Yes.
And that's what the bill's designed to do. It's designed to keep secrets, to keep the public from knowing what's going on. They don't want to end their fraud racket. A lot of the politicians,
Of
they
course.
benefit
I wonder
from the
why.
political organizations and various contractors and grantees that are getting money and getting it fraudulently.
Well, they can leverage contracts as collateral. Yeah.
And so they want this racket to continue. They don't want the truth to get out. That's why they got the Stop Nick Shirley Act. I mean, when I looked at it, I said, clearly, if Nick Shirley had been in California and visited one of our Somali leering centers with no daycares and no kids or a fake hospital.
I love how now it's just acknowledged that this is a huge problem. Like,
It's just people are actually aware because of Nick Shirley's work. Nick Shirley's work basically exposed the fraud and rot that's actually happening. We should be thanking Nick Shirley, not demonizing him. Thanking this man. Nick Shirley deserves all the thanks he's getting. He deserves thanks. He does. Absolutely 100%. And to those of you who don't believe me, I don't give a damn what you think. I just don't give a crap what you think. Because I don't care. No, I don't care. So I don't care what you think, man. Big Dick Nick, bro. Dude, Nick Shirley's the man, bro. And I'm tired of like California trying to punish people for doing investigative journalism. That should not even be allowed, in my opinion. Like, banning somebody for investigating actual fraud, that should not be even remotely considered as, like, why? I am just sickened. I'm disgusted, man. Pisses me off. That's all I gotta say. Give me one more moment. Give me another second, everybody. Archer, my man, dude. Archer says, hold on, let's see here.
ETRN7CH says.
ET.
Someone sent Garza some $.
Oh, yeah.
Archer
Send me
Q2M says.
the dollar bills.
I always say no to the subscribe question when it pops up because I am actually a simp scriber.
Yeah, Archer is a simp scriber. That's what a real man does. He simps. Dude, Archer's such a pimp, dude. Everybody give a shout out to my boy Archer. Shaboy. That's your boy. Your boy is okay. Your boy is all right, man. 'Cause I don't care what you think, just as long as it's about me.
The best of us can find happiness in misery. I'm the oracle in my chest, with the guitar screaming like a fascist. Nothing play it on. Okay, that's not bad. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low.
Isn't it crazy that this was just going on and nobody even gave a shit enough about it to solve it? And like whenever they do try to do something, they'll like solve half of 1% of the problem and be like, see guys, we really care.
If this bill were enacted, he would be literally hauled into court, injunctive relief, restraining orders,
That's bad.
and a lot of money would be penalized to any investigative journalist. They're trying to bully up
Wow.
front, and
So basically, if you reveal fraud through investigative journalism in California, through this act, if it passes, they would try to actually. Wow. That's infuriating, man. It honestly makes me pretty sick. Well, okay, let's keep watching.
if anyone has the audacity to videotape and post fraud, to bankrupt them. This is all about bullying and bankrupting citizen journalists. Can you
The process is the punishment.
imagine how outrageous
The process is the punishment. That's true. They're making them go through the process of being shamed for revealing fraud. Nick Shirley would no longer be able to reveal fraud in California if this passes. Then again, honestly, it's a First Amendment and freedom of the press issue. So, look, whether people want to admit it or not, Nick Shirley, anybody is a part of the press if they're investigating something. If they're doing journalism, they're part of the press. So, whether you like it or not, man, Nick Shirley is in the right here. Nick Shirley is 100% in the right. And the fact that the government of California is trying to pass a law in their state to punish in jail someone for legitimately revealing fraud. I already have a low opinion of California because it's a woke state and it's not ran very well. But dude, I am sick to my stomach seeing the crap that California is trying to pull, dude. It's disgusting. It's immoral. And quite frankly, I'm glad Nick Shirley's calling it out, bro. I'm happy about it. It needs to be called out through and through. 100%.
So, Nick, dude, you're doing God's work, bro. You're doing God's work, bro. You guys are going to have to give me just a second, okay? That don't impress me much. Got the moves, but honey, got the touch. Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're alright. But that won't keep me warm in the middle of the night.
It is to have an organization committing fraud, Somali leering centers with no kids or fake hospices. You show up and you capture the evidence of their misdoings. Yeah. The operator, the fraudster, hands you a business card that just simply says, I hereby insist that you not post the video. That's all they have to do under the law.
Yes, that's correct.
You then do the right thing. You post the video so the public knows what's going on with their money.
Yep, exactly.
And they haul you into court and fine you and penalize you for breaking the law. That's the way they're going to weaponize this bill against citizen journalists, and we can't allow it to happen. It's against the First Amendment. It will ultimately, if passed, get overturned in the Supreme Court.
They're weaponizing the justice system, basically. And yeah, this would get, by the way, it would get turned over by the Supreme Court in a second. The Supreme Court would take one look at this and be like, look, this is against freedom of the press and freedom of speech. My God. I'm the oracle in my chest. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. I'm a mortal, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk, yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I had to check something real quick.
But in the meantime, it's a chilling of free speech.
That's exactly why they do it. I'm glad that he understands this. And this guy's obviously competent. It's they know this is a losing proposition. They're only doing it to scare people. That's the reason why.
So it's a scare. It is a scare tactic. Okay, go figure. But yeah, we should honestly. These politicians in California, we should not take them seriously because they are writing stupid legislation. Legislation that is extremely unconstitutional. And even they know it. It's pretty obvious.
It's just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Unfrickin' believable.
It keeps secrets on all the fraud that's going on.
It's very concerning to know that right now you have politicians who are passing these bills knowing that it is violating the First Amendment.
Yeah. They don't care. And so I've been working the floor, handing them actual text. I said, did you just read the text? Because the author of the bill is lying. She says, oh, no, it has nothing to do with...
Look at the ratio. 24 likes, 513 comments. So this is that retarded bitch that, like she came up with this.
My God. So this is the person who denied... So she denied co-authoring the AB 2624 bill. Wow. Allegedly. I'm just going to say allegedly because I can't remember if she's the same person or not. I'm assuming she is, though. I'm assuming she is.
This is it.
To Nick Shirley's. It has nothing to do with citizen journalists. But when you read the text, it's plain English. It would make it a crime to post a video of evidence of fraud, and it would, result in very costly fines. So we want this language to be removed from the bill. Actually, I want the bill to be killed entirely. But at the very least, they need to take this provision out. The Stop Nick Shirley Act needs to be removed from the bill.
In this bill, it talks about immigrant services. It's very vague. That means healthcare, translation services, attorney services,
daycares.
Oh, it's very vague on what they're trying to say this bill is. And it's being backed by CHRLA.
The Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights LA, which is a taxpayer-funded organization that isn't really providing services. They're really organizing violent protests.
Yeah. So wait, they're organizing violent protests? That organization that he just mentioned is allegedly funding protests, dude? Holy shit. It shouldn't surprise me at this point. I don't know why any of this surprises me. It shouldn't. Because I know what the libs are trying to do. I know what these liberals are trying to accomplish, unfortunately. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. Holy crap, man. Give me a moment, you guys. I need to rethink my life, it feels like. I mean, I feel like after watching this, I feel like a million times dumber than when I came in. Unbelievable. Give me a few more seconds, you guys. Sorry about that.
All right, give me a few seconds, everybody. Just stand by. Stand by. Let's keep going, man.
In LA.
Well, why? See, this is what they do. This is the reason why they care about the funding, is that all this stuff, like a lot of these people and the organizers, I don't think that everybody's being paid in the crowds, but I think there are agitators that are being paid. And I think that there is an entire ecosystem. And
so basically they pay certain people to rile up the crowd. That actually makes sense. It doesn't shock me in any way. Oh, wow. The South Coast... this is major news for Coos County. The South Coast Shopper is closing down. Wow. Holy crap, man. That is a little wild, actually. Give me just another moment, man. Okay. All right. One moment.
Like a massive, like, protest apparatus mechanism that exists, because it's about every left-wing edge issue, whether it's Maduro, abortion, ICE, like Iran, Cuba. It's so fast and so agile that something has to be happening behind the scenes. There has to be funded organizational structure that's causing this to happen. Palestine, yep, there's another one, right? It's not natural. I don't think so.
They're agitators, and they don't want people capturing their bad behavior on video. This is designed to protect them.
That's exactly right.
in the activities that they're doing.
And if this bill were to be passed, organizations like Chirla, they would not even have to disclose the amount of money they're getting from taxpayers.
Yep. Correct.
Wow.
These organizations...
Wow. Come on, man.
are if they have nothing to hide, why have this bill? And the way they define immigrant services is so broad that a fake hospice could say, well, one of our fake patients, one of our non-existent patients could have been an immigrant, so therefore we get protection under the bill as well.
That's right.
That's so crazy, dude. I know this bill's going to get totally demolished in the sense that it's an unconstitutional bill, and the Supreme Court's going to shut it down immediately. They should. Absolutely, they should. Why not? It's a violation. Absolute violation, bro.
It is absolutely a bill designed to hide the fraud that's going on in the state of California, and the politicians clearly know that the investigative journalists are on the case, and they got to stop the investigative journalists before it's too late, before the public learns the truth.
And do you think there's...
I think that the real problem, this is the issue that I have, is that...
I'm curious to see what Asman's take is on this. This is going to be interesting. Let's take a listen.
The federal government and a lot of these state governments are not draconian enough. Like, I think that there's a lot of ways that you can solve these problems, but even the Republicans that are in charge... on a scale of like 1 to 10, I think that right now they're in between a 2 and a 3, and I think they should be at a 10. At least a 9. At least.
It's an interesting take, Mr. Asman.
And like that's the problem is that like I have like this might sound weird, right? And like I understand a lot of people might disagree with this take, but I actually have more animosity and anger towards Republicans for this than Democrats.
Really? I'm curious. I'm not mad. I'm curious. I am more pissed at Democrats, to be honest. Democrats are absolutely 100% responsible for crappy policies and crappy bills like this. I need to hear what Asman's saying. Why would you blame Republicans when Democrats have bad policies? Are you going to blame Republicans for having good policies? And because Republicans have good policies, that Democrats decide to take the opposite approach because they hate Republicans for being better than them? Come on, man.
Because
the Democrat Party is a waste of time, dude.
The Democrats are simply acting in their best interest.
Absolutely a waste of time.
They're awful people, but they are acting in their best interest. The Republicans are acting against their best interest, and they're doing it on a misguided notion of...
I don't know, Asman. I feel like I think it's a losing take. How the hell are Republicans acting against the Democrats' wishes? Or I should say their interests. I mean, the only thing Republicans have done to the Democrats is just put out good legislation that just makes America better. Ooh. I love Asman Gould, but I don't know. This feels like an L take, but I'm going to hear him out. I still think it's going to be an L take. It's going to be a losing take, but I still love Asman. I still think he's the man. He could have all the losing takes in the world. I enjoy listening to him, though.
And some sort of politics, but they're actually hurting everybody else. And that's what makes me really angry, is that I get upset that a lot of these people that are Republicans are not willing to take drastic and extreme measures to solve this problem. Every once in a while, Trump...
Well, I don't think drastic and extreme measures are sometimes always required. Not necessarily, at least in my mind. But Froggy Frog is asking, what about rhinos? No clue, brother. Oh, you're talking about Republicans in name only. Got ya. I think there's a lot of Republicans in name only. I think they ran as Republicans because they realized that they would get demolished because nobody takes the Democrat Party seriously anymore. That people think the Democrat Party's lost its way, and I can't say I blame them at all.
Trump talks about doing it, and then it never really happens. And so it's the same thing as kind of the Epstein files, where the public, the issue is that there's no real, like, effective tool of protest that a lot of these people do. Ron DeSantis is taking it seriously. He is. And I think Florida is probably one of the only states that's doing it properly. And I if it was up to me, like, I'd probably do it even more, right? But like, for example, like doing things like this act and like this bill and like the amount of just kind of extremism that they engage in, I think that, you know, it's again, like I said, you know, if people take the low road, you meet them there, right? Like I meet them there with a shovel because you're going to
If somebody takes the low road, you meet them there. I agree with that. Like if they're going to take the low road, I'll meet them where they're at. I'll come from the high ground to meet them where they're at, and you know, people are going to fuck with me. No.
Go even lower. Like the fact that we're not going after this like way more is crazy to me. It's insane that we're not doing this. Remember the lock her up? Yeah. Like that was my idea. Like my goal was like, okay, arrest Hillary Clinton. You think Hillary Clinton did something bad? Put her in fucking jail. Put her in fucking jail. Actually do something about it. And that's the thing that really frustrates me. And I think that like if you contrast that with like, for example, this is the last point I want to make. I'll let the video play. If you contrast that with like whenever Trump got Maduro, Trump didn't ask permission for that. He didn't talk about it, or he did, but like he didn't really like say he's going to do this. He just went and got him. He just did it. You're not going to undo that. Like it just happened. Like it killed dozens, if not hundreds of people in the process, and it already happened. That was it. It's done. That's the kind of action that I want to see. I want
quick, swift action. Yes. Honestly, I want to see that in Iran. I want to see Trump do that in Iran. I want to see Trump do that shit in Iran, man.
See divisive, severe, and precise action. And I don't...
Massive action is what I want. I want massive action from guys like Trump. That's what I want. I want to see it, bro. Give me that massive action, dude. Give me mo. Give me mo. Give me mo. Oh, give me mo. Give me mo. Give me mo. I'm too gay for my own good. Let's keep going.
See either any of these. It's extremely frustrating. Republicans are naive. They are. Our problems require painful solutions. People vote for it, but they always chicken out whenever the check comes. Exactly. And that's the problem, is that the moment that people start crying, literally, and somebody gets killed or something like that, everybody's supposed to just say, oh, you know what? Let's let all the immigrants stay. Like whenever the protests happened in Michigan with ICE.
Oh, geez. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We got to get rid of the illegal immigrants. Yeah, I know what Asman's saying, but just... And honestly, if you guys want to demolish ICE, I think you're stupid. ICE is absolutely necessary. And just because you're too woke to realize that, sorry. We're not going to play your woke games. We're not. We refuse to play your woke games. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You know, it's like, we don't play your woke games, bro. We're not doing it. Hell no. Hell no.
Like, if somebody gets killed, that's what happens, right? I mean, like, that's life. If you didn't want this to happen, you shouldn't have brought all these people in there. But the problem is that people are so... They're basically completely cucked out by their own empathy. And they're having their empathy weaponized.
I like that. Cucked out by their own empathy. I like that. That's actually pretty funny. I agree with that, too.
It's against them to subvert their own values. And I find it to be disgusting. And what's embarrassing, and this is really what I think is going to happen, I don't think this is ever going to stop. I don't. I don't think that you're ever going to change the public's perception on this.
Frog Eat Frog says woke fatigue. Absolutely,
Frog says woke fatigue.
Yes, I have woke fatigue more than anybody on this channel. I have so much woke fatigue that I constantly ask woke people to subscribe to the channel. No, I do have woke fatigue, though. Double tap the screen to like the stream, or please subscribe to the channel if you guys have woke fatigue. If you guys are tired of woke people telling you what to do, make sure that you guys subscribe to the Michael Garza Show. Just like you,
We're tired of woke people telling us how to live our lives, and we want to live it in any way we desire.
Because the public is stupid. They're goyim, right? They're stupid. Like, you're never going to get them to understand it. You're never going to get them to see nuance. Most people can't read above a 6th grade level. They're like bought cattle, right? Like, that's it. But the problem is that we have politicians that aren't willing to do that.
Hey, we got another subscriber here. We're currently sitting pretty at 10,000. So we're currently sitting pretty at 10,205 subscribers. Once again, we're at 10,205 subs. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to subscribe. But yeah, tap that subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner, man. Let's do this. Let's get it on, man. Let's get it on, get it on, get it on.
That because I can counter it and say this: a politician that actually did what I think they should do.
Oh my goodness, I have an idea. Give me one moment, everybody. Hey Annie, thank you for the happy poop yum yum. I appreciate it. Like,
Small Wiener Gang.
Subscribe and share. Give me a second, you guys. Give me a second, though. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second, everybody. Hey, everybody, give a shout out to Jared Papeas. Thank you guys for Jared, for subscribing to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways, in more ways than one. We're doing an interesting little experiment real quick. Give me 1 second, everybody. We're going to see how many people vote in this poll. Okay, super cool. Okay, let's keep going, man. This is amazing. Amazing.
I bet their poll numbers would skyrocket. I bet people would say, holy fuck, it's actually happening. And it would finally revitalize people that are just totally like that UK guy that are just so disenfranchised and demoralized out of the process. Just do it.
There's a conflict of interest.
I think I see what Asman's saying, but let's keep going.
Interest with Mia Bonta, husband being the AG.
That's what I think.
The Attorney General of the
That's
state.
my opinion.
Meanwhile, he's trying to take credit for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, she's trying to silence those that actually have exposed the fraud.
Look, when you showed up and visited the fake hospices in LA and Southern California, you showed he wasn't doing his job. This isn't hard to find. He literally was ignoring it. And so you embarrassed him.
Yeah, he basically, Nick Shirley embarrassed Gavin Newsom, straight up. Gavin Newsom got his ass called out, dude. Gavin Newsom got his ass called out. It's pretty obvious, man. We all know it. We all don't really... I just don't understand, man. Give me just a second, you guys. Okay, let's keep going, man. Let's keep rolling, man.
By showing that he's not doing his job to protect taxpayer funds.
And I think we all knew that Gavin Newsom wasn't doing his job. Come on. The guy is trying to emulate Patrick Bateman. Pretty obvious. I'm trying to emulate Patrick Bateman as well. And the reason that I knew Gavin Newsom was trying to emulate Patrick Bateman is because no, I'm just kidding. No, but it's just honestly, American Psycho honestly, you can learn a lot about spotting a sociopath by watching American Psycho to some degree. It's still just a movie, but Gavin Newsom, man, allegedly just is, I don't trust him, quite frankly. And Gavin Newsom got called out. He basically got exposed by a virgin YouTuber, a virgin Mormon YouTuber by the name of Nick Shirley. Total stud, by the way. I love Nick. That's why I call him Big Dick Nick, because he's the man, dude. He's got the cojones to do the things that we're not able to do, bro. All right, you guys. I'm debating if I just want to go to bed at the moment, or at least record some short videos, and then, well, first off, I got to take a shower. But I've been streaming for about 3 hours, and honestly, I think that's enough for me for the night. I think I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys in mañana.
And I just appreciate everybody. Frog Eat Frog, BPD Bob. I'm sorry, I haven't responded to any of BPD Bob's comments really. ET, I love you too, bro. But BPT Bob, I'm sorry, I'm ignoring. I'm trying not to ignore anybody. Love you guys. I'm just glad you guys are having fun in the chat, though. That's the one thing I love about my chat is I notice everybody's really good about interacting with each other and arguing. I love it. I love arguments, by the way. And debating really is what I love more than anything. But I love it, man.
ETRN7CH says, "Don't go Garza, we need you." ETRN7CH says, "Take US into the shower." Annie01200 says, "Night bronies." BPD Bob
Thank you, Annie.
says, "You're good, LOL, you don't owe me anything, homie."
Annie's the, by the way,
Frog Eat Frog says,
Annie's the MVP
"Woke
of the
to
night.
be alert to racial prejudice, discrimination, and social injustice."
Well, I want to give a shout out to Frog Eat Frog and Bob. Love you guys. But big shout out to Annie. Annie's the MVP of the day, of the night. Thank you for those gifts. I really do want to say I appreciate those. And everybody, just give a shout out to Annie. Give your love to Annie. Give your love to Annie. She's awesome. We love Annie on this channel. She's really cool. It's funny because I think, Annie, you found my channel through watching our boy, Stock's Family Farm. Hell yeah. So, no, I really do appreciate all the support, everybody. You guys have been insanely incredible. I love you guys. But I'll catch you guys later. I'll see you guys on the next episode.
He then calls a press conference.
Well, actually, hold on. I do want to react before we end this. I want to react to any latest Trump news real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Let's just look at the latest news real quick. Hold on. Wait a minute. Trump extends the Iranian ceasefire?
When
No
the day
way.
started, the ceasefire deadline was fast approaching with the U.S. and Iran. And really, markets today were under pressure as investors continued to look at, okay, will this be extended or will we see the U.S. going back into war with Iran? And then moments after the market ended for the day, the bell was ringing. We got this post by the president on Truth Social, also on the White House X account, saying, based on the fact that the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request there of the Prime Minister of Pakistan, we have been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other respects remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such.
Interesting. So based on the fact that I was going to read this as well. So based on the fact that the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister something of Pakistan, we have been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other respects remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted.
and discussions are concluded, one way or the other. Well, I guess I'm glad he's not bombing any facilities, you know. Yeah, go figure.
Much time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or the other there and signed by the president. So let's continue to break down this big news that happened this afternoon. Let's bring in a friend here of the program, Phil Stewart with Reuters. And Phil, another busy day with big news coming right after the bell.
It's another roller coaster day, and where we end up kind of where we started with the idea that this ceasefire is going to continue, and the Iranians continue to be quite unhappy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So where does this now go from here, and how does this paint President Trump? You know, over the weekend, there was reports that he says, you know, if they don't agree to terms, that he's going to, again, blow up the country. We saw those strong wording, and now today he is extending.
Now, I don't know. I don't think he's going to end up blowing up the country or anything like that. But at the same time, man, I would be a little bit worried if I was Iran. I would at least realize that, dude, look, you're Trump. I love Trump. He is a loose cannon, though. And I think that they're aware that he's a loose cannon. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. And we'll see what it ends up being, man, ultimately. Let's keep reacting.
Ending that ceasefire.
Well, you know, I think right now we're at this inflection point where, you know, you have these very remarkable threats by the president to go after, you know, bridges, power stations. You know, in the past, he's talked about desalination plants. And these are really critical, you know, resources for Iran. And at the same time, we have this blockade that's really starting to take an impact on Iran and on its psyche. You know, you have ships being seized, interdicted.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, as long as the blockade remains in the Strait of Hormuz, I mean, that gives us a tactical advantage overall. It really does give us a tactical advantage.
And the Iranians are not happy about it. So we're at a very fragile moment in this ceasefire, which has been extended, and which the Iranians are saying in public statements since it was announced is invalid because the U.S. Blockade, they say, is an act of war. U.S. has said
it's not an act of war. I mean, when we already it's not. It isn't. First off, we're already in a war. We're already in a war, and here's the thing. The United States doesn't trust you, Iran, and nobody should, actually. Nobody should trust Iran. Period, end of story. Period, end of story. Nobody trusts Iran, nobody should. And, yeah, I think what's happening is completely correct. No, good for Donald Trump, man. Good for him. Honestly, doing the right thing at the right time, bro.
That Iran is violating the ceasefire through its activities. So you have both sides blaming the other side for violations of the ceasefire, but not a resumption of the U.S. bombings and the Israeli bombings of Iran, not a resumption on the Iranian attacks throughout the region. So sort of, a stay tuned moment for the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it comes at a moment where how difficult is this for the U.S. to negotiate with a regime that, let's be frank, they don't trust each other. So how are they going to trust us when in their own internal, their stripes?
Such a great question. I mean, that is at the essence one of the biggest problems here is that neither side trusts the other. The last two times the U.S. was engaged in negotiations with Iran, those negotiations were abruptly halted by U.S. bombings. U.S. bombed Iran during the negotiations ahead of Midnight Hammer last summer that took out Iran's nuclear facilities, and then again this right before the start of this war on February 28th, the U.S. was in negotiations with Iran. So there's no trust there. And the U.S. has said very clearly that it thinks that the Iranian leadership, as you just read, is fractured. Is there trust that its negotiators will show up with a proposal? You know, Vice President Vance was meant to lead.
I really am shocked. that Trump is extending the ceasefire. Obviously, military generals are telling him to please extend it because of the fractured leadership in Iran. I'm a little bit shocked about the extension of the ceasefire. I am shocked. The blockade still remains in effect. And, yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote, man. The blockade is in effect. What else do you guys want to know? Unreal. Don't even know what to say, man. The question is, will the markets go up rapidly? I mean, maybe. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, maybe they'll go down. It's tough to say. I'm just kind of speechless at this point. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of stunned. I'm just stunned. Another ceasefire? How long are we going to extend this ceasefire? We keep having to extend these ceasefires. Look, Iran has not come to the table. Obviously, their leadership is extremely fractured. I get that. But come on, man. Come on. Like, seriously? It's just crazy. It's wild to me, man. It's wild. I feel like everybody's just messing with my bussy. Let's keep going.
Leave today, and all day we were waiting to find out if he would actually get on that plane and go, and he did not. He did not go, and that's a sign as well that the U.S. does not trust that these negotiations will necessarily come to an agreement that would be acceptable to Washington.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that they're wasting their time to even negotiate with Iran. I just think it's such a waste of time at this point. I don't even know why they're trying. Just don't even try with Iran. Seriously, why even bother with Iran?
And by this back and forth going where it seems like it's just going in circles at this moment, is this what is known by Iran, what they've been doing for the last 47 years?
No, I think we're in a different kind of phase right now. You know, Iran has been a tough negotiator for a long time, and that's not changed. But what has changed is this kind of moment where, you know, both sides have to decide whether they want open hostilities or whether they want to find some other way of potentially ending this conflict or leaving it as a frozen conflict or finding something that's short of all out.
Can they, though?
It seems like
can both
side
sides?
really wants, but
I don't know if both sides can reach an agreement on this one. I just don't think it's a possibility. And I'm trying not to be pessimistic about this. I'm really trying not to. I just don't see I don't necessarily see a positive outcome here. My proposed solution, I don't even know anymore. I say just wipe out the rest of the Iranian government. I think the focus should be to wipe out as many of the IRGC bases as they can. That's my proposal. I say also get rid of the regime. Whatever the current regime is in Iran, get rid of it. Find a way to get rid of the current regime in Iran because obviously it's toxic and it's terrible.
But then again, neither side seems ready at this point to commit to even a framework agreement that could set the table for more in-depth technical discussions that
I really am upset about the ceasefire being extended. It's upsetting. It really is upsetting to see the ceasefire get extended. Because Trump has given Iran more time than they deserve. Trump has given them far more time than they even remotely deserve. I think you guys are aware that I'm right, I hope. Taco Tuesday, man. I'm not going to lie. I feel like he did chicken out. I'm not a fan of that, man. That sucks. But it's whatever at this point, man. It is whatever at this point.
Go on for months or longer.
All right, Phil. So what's the next thing to look at? When will we know just how much longer this ceasefire is extended for?
Well, unfortunately, right now, we're in a very tricky situation. So the Iranians are saying the ceasefire is meaningless, right? They're saying that as long as this blockade continues, they will consider that the ceasefire is not actually happening. And you saw the U.S. interdict ships the last couple days that were important to Iran. Iran is very concerned about that. And Iran's Tasnim news agency, in the wake of the president's announcement, came out with a statement that basically said that it will break the blockade by force if it needs to. Now, the U.S. military would argue probably that Iran doesn't have the naval capabilities to really pull that off. But we'll have to see, if Iran has, recovered some of its missile or.
I don't think Iran's going to be able to do anything. I really don't. I just don't have that much faith in Iran. I think Iran's cooked. I keep telling you guys this. Iran is so cooked. Like. They're going to have no other choice but to surrender. They're just going to have to surrender. And I'm sorry. I know I sound pessimistic. And look, the part of me does feel kind of bad for Iran a little bit, right? But the Iranian regime needs to be completely wiped out. Period. End of story. Nah, Donald Trump's the man, dude. Donald Trump is the man. Yeah, I'm sorry. Donald Trump's the GOAT, bro. Donald Trump is the GOAT. I know you guys don't believe it, but dude, look what he's done in Iran. The fact of the matter is, this war is practically over. And it only lasted about, 8 weeks? The war's done and over, man. So Trump's the GOAT, is all I'm saying. He's the greatest of all time. We know that. We love it, man. No, I think Trump's the man. But let's keep watching this.
Or naval
We're going to finish this off real quick.
Ceasefire, it might be willing to show that power in a way that could threaten the ceasefire entirely and put the U.S. and Iran back in a state of war.
Absolutely. Phil, thanks so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox, just really showcasing just how fast things can change. I mean, let's go back to our talk on Friday where it seemed like high hopes that maybe things were changing. Then by Saturday morning, everything has changed once again.
Yeah, it's definitely a very dynamic news environment. And I think for the whole world right now, we're in this moment where it really, anything could happen. It could go either way. And it's real tough on markets. The markets are going up, they're going down. They don't know what to do. And the same thing with oil prices. So we'll have to see. There's going to be an impact on consumers. This oil disruption has been going on for some.
Look, I think it's really short-sighted. I just want to say this. It's extremely short-sighted for a lot of people to get pissed about gas prices being high. And I'll tell you why it's short-sighted. Obviously, it hits your wallet. That sucks. It pisses me off a little bit, too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm completely like, oh, but consider the short-term ramifications here. It's only a short-term hit at the end of the day. Iran is cooked. Iran's leadership is so fractured. Its right hand doesn't know what its left hand is doing it all. And Iran's confused. They don't know where they're at. The Iranian government does not know where they're at right now. Granted, Trump's on the right path, man. I've been saying this again. Trump and the U.S. military are kicking butt. Period. End of story. And this is short term, by the way. This is very much so a short term war. It's not lasting that long, Brony. Everybody's acting like this is going to be like some long-term war. It's going to last forever. No, it's not. It's going to last probably like maybe another day or so. But yeah, to anybody who thinks this is like lasting forever, like this is some sort of forever war, no, dude, get your mind out of the gutter. Get your head out of your booty, okay? This is not a forever war. Not in the slightest. How do you guys... Why do you guys think that this is going to be a forever war? Tell me. Some people think, oh, he's just going to keep doing the ceasefire until the end of time. Blah, blah, blah. How? He's not. Trump is not going to be doing that until the end of time. Sorry. You know I'm right. You know that Trump is on the right path. You guys know that you're being hyperbolic because you don't like Trump. And that's okay to admit. If you don't like Trump, you don't like Trump. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. Okay. All I know is for the moment, I am done. Tired as crap. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to end the stream for the rest of the night. I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to send any gifts, if you want to send any super chats, we appreciate it. If you guys want to become channel members, if you want to subscribe, whatever works. Gifts are a lot easier to send half the time, so feel free to send a virtual gift. It does support the channel in a lot of ways and supports the financial growth of the channel, shockingly. But I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to not only like the stream, but to subscribe to the channel as well. You guys have made this channel what it is today, and if it wasn't for you guys, I don't know where I'd be. You guys give my life a purpose. I like entertaining you guys. I like educating you guys. You guys are fun people to get to know. I feel lucky that I got the opportunity, that I'm getting the opportunity to know you guys. So, but like I said, I'm a little tired. I got to record some short videos before bed. Then I got to take a shower, and then voila. Sean Lawrence Kearns, what are you talking about, Brony? Anyway, thank you guys. Like I said, if you guys can, feel free to send me a gift on here. Wait, why did you dislike it? Why did you dislike the stream, dude? Why is everybody disliking the stream? What's up with that? What did I do to you, bro? By the way, dude, we have 93.2% of everybody, 93.2% of the people have liked the stream, so it doesn't matter if you disliked it because we have a lot of people who have liked the stream. So the more likes we get, the better. Obviously, it does help the channel grow. I'm a jelly-filled gooner? What are you talking about, bro? Okay, but I do want to thank you guys for reacting to all the videos with me. Greatly appreciate it. You guys are always one of a kind, and you guys make this channel exactly what it needs to be. So we're currently sitting pretty at 10,205 subs. Once again, we're at 10,205 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time to subscribe. It means the world to me. It means so much to me. You guys make this show happen. I'm out for the rest of the night. Have a good night, everybody. Mwah.
We're ending the stream in 5, 4.